There's Major League Baseball on FS1 right now at Philadelphia. A first-inning homer for Kyle Schwarber. Phillies lead the Cubs 1-0 in the top of the second. Seattle sent Houston to an 8th straight loss, 6-2. Josh Naylor, 2 homers and 5 RBIs. Currently, the Diamondbacks lead 1-0 at Baltimore in the bottom of the second. And the Nationals are out to a 1-0 lead at Pittsburgh in the bottom of the first inning. About to start, the Yankees are hosting the Angels. Yanks have lost 5 straight. 10 NHL games, including the Rangers at Florida. Rangers veteran goalie Jonathan Quick is retiring after tonight, he says. He won 2 Stanley Cups with L.A. Doc Rivers officially stepped down as Milwaukee's head coach. The Lakers' Luka Doncic will return to L.A. on Friday after treatment in Europe on his injured hamstring. He might miss another week or 2. The New York Giants signed backup quarterback Brandon Allen. I'm Steve DeSager.
I've been covering this league since 1987.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Password.
Ack, a dack, dack, ack.
Enter, brother.
That's right. Come on in.
What did he say?
We're going to get to that.
Huh?
What? All right, with that password, you now have full access to this very fine radio program for the next 3 hours.
Not 2, not 3, not 4.
What about him?
Not 5.
How
Thank
many?
you, LeBron.
Not 6.
That's how many games is going to be this first
All
round
right.
for him.
Hey,
and when I say that,
He really means it.
no matter how you listen in, Fox Sports Radio, foxsportsradio.com, the iHeartRadio app, SiriusXM Channel 83, and, of course, now live on YouTube. That's
We'll
right.
do it live.
Thank you, Bill.
I'll write it. We'll do it. Do it.
Say my name.
Rob Parker.
Say his name.
Kelvin Washington.
We are indeed the Odd Couple here on a Magic City Monday. And guess what? You'll need our phone number because we are, without question, the most listener-friendly national sports talk radio show on the planet.
Ben Maller.
At least when people are still awake.
Ben Maller.
Thank you, Craig Melvin.
welcome, yeah.
Appreciate that. Write it down, committed to memory, 877-99 on Fox. For you laymen who can't figure out letters or numbers, it's 877-996-6369. And if you hear feedback on the line, it's your own fault. It means only one thing.
You forgot to turn down the radio.
And if you call in here and have a problem with what we say to you, tough because...
Well, I was talking to you.
That's right.
Turn it off. Turn it off.
With all that said, always remember...
Sweetie Petey. Happy Magic City Monday. Yeah.
There
Right.
you go. Let's go. Big show. Let me welcome in my co-host. He is...
Kelvin Washington. See how I'm looking at you.
What?
You got some jokes around these parts, huh?
What are you talking about?
What do you mean what I'm
The
talking
new
about?
open?
Rob G, I'm trying to talk to Rich Davis up in this thing, Mary Mac, and he's like, oh, man, we're talking about life and the pursuit of happiness.
I don't want to hear all that.
And Rob is sweating me. Hey, no, make sure you put your headphone on. Hey, make sure you listen over it. Hey, you got to listen. Then I hear what you said. Here I am, brother. Congratulate you. You taking shots at me.
It's no shot. What shot?
You lucky I like you, man. You lucky.
We got to get that clip. We'll pull it out for later.
We will.
For people
We'll do it
just
later.
joining us.
We got 3 hours together.
Yes, we'll pull it out later. It's all good.
Everything good, man. Magic City Monday. Nice, relaxing weekend with the girls, my family, my ladies, my wife and girls. Yeah, ready to do it. You? Everything? Well, I know you were busy this weekend.
Yes, everything was good. Down in Greensboro, North Carolina, the Black Sports Writers Hall of Fame induction ceremony, which was absolutely beautiful. It was great. It was sold out. So many students there. It warmed the heart. Congratulations to Gary D. Howard Clifton Brown.
Shout out to Cliff, CB.
Ron Thomas.
Shout out to Ron.
And yours truly. We were the 4 living
Shout out to you.
inductees, and then we had some 6 pioneer sports writers who all passed. They all went in as a group. So thanks to North Carolina A&T, they put on a great show. North Carolina A&T State University, the largest HBC school. Did you know that?
I didn't know they were largest.
Yeah, they're the largest. Great school, great journalism program, and they did a bang-up job.
I know they're up there when you kind of name them off, but then I thought like Howard or
and the guy who
or
does all the work down there, and there's a lot of people. There's Nicole Watson, did a great job, but David Squires is the program director to get that whole thing done. He's a professor there, and thank you, Mr. Squires. We appreciate it. Great job. Everybody loved it. So there we go.
Yeah, shout out to you. Shout out to them. It's good stuff, man.
All good.
Good stuff.
Yeah. So, all right. Don't forget to check us out on the YouTube channel. You can. A lot of people have already subscribed. You can join them. Just search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube. That's hit that subscribe button. Again, go check out our YouTube channel and watch us live right now. Just search Odd Couple FSR and subscribe. All right. A lot to get to. But first, let's welcome in the Odd Couple crew. We wouldn't be able to do this fine radio program without them.
Who we got?
Rob G is our producer.
Bud Mexican?
Wow. Steve DeSager's at the anchor desk. He'll keep us updated throughout the program.
Hey, Steve.
Elijah is our social media guru.
Never heard of him.
And, of course, on the ones and twos.
Why you bugging? Say, huh?
There you go. So
like it.
We got a lot going on. The NBA regular season is done. We're going to get ready with the playoffs and the postseason.
We got UFL stuff, baby.
Okay. You can have FL. You can have it FL.
Okay, I can have it FL.
You can have it.
That sounds like a great rock station back in the day.
Right?
UFL.
Yeah, all right.
You want to talk about that? I was excited.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
No, my favorite station was in Denver.
What was that?
KZ 103. It was just so it sounded like crazy.
Yeah.
KZ 103.
KZ.
UKZ.
UKZ.
UKZ. KZ 103. All right, I don't know if it's still around in Denver, but anyway, Rob G. The NBA has decided which matchup is the best as we start these playoffs.
Yeah, and it's definitely not Jokic and Ant-Man, I'll tell you that much. No,
it ain't.
Instead, and we'll get to this later in the week, of what this means at NBA at large. But they have decided that on Saturday, when every other team is playing on Prime, you got to pay big money just to watch it. The marquee game of the night, the marquee first-round matchup, KD versus LeBron, Part 4. These guys are going at it again. Now, when they go head-to-head, it's usually fireworks. LeBron averages 32, 10, and 9. KD averages 32, 8, and 5. They're both, according to ESPN, the only duo in NBA history to meet in 10 or more playoff games and each average over 30 points per game. Now, KD's got the head-to-head matchup, 2 series to 1, 9-5 overall. And by all indications, he's going to make it 3-1 because the Rockets are heavily favored against the Lakers.
Give me KD any day of the week against LeBron James. We've seen him on the big stage produce. We've seen him go at LeBron, make big shots in LeBron's mug. I'm all about KD, even at this advanced stage for both of them. And obviously, the Lakers are shorthanded. But even if they had the full strength, I still would go over KD in the postseason. Those finals when he went up to San Francisco or the Bay Area, whatever you want to call it, when they were playing there before they moved to San Francisco, KD came up big. It's very seldom do you see that because you don't see that anymore, which people match up against each other and you're actually.
I miss those days.
Yeah, you know where a guy would be like, "No, I got him. I got to, I'm going to guard him for the whole game or whatever," and you got to make plays over stars, and in both of those playoff runs, right? And I should say those championships, it was KD making a shot in LeBron's mug, coming up big. And KD, to me, because, the one he gets no credit for, which I get it because they wound up losing, and that was where the Bucks wound up being able to go and win the NBA championship. That probably should have been KD's with Brooklyn that year. And KD made the big shot, but had his big toe on the line. that's a shot that was taken from him. You know what I mean? Like could have changed everything. It really could have. Because remember, Kyrie was hurt.
What's new?
Right.
Unfortunately. And
James Harden was he played, but he wasn't himself. You know what I mean? He was subpar because of injury, and KD wound up coming up big in that series and went 7 games. The Nets lost that game, the Brooklyn Nets. But I remember just KD and the heroics when people thought that was the game winner that would have sent them to the next round, and instead his toe was on the line. They lost in overtime, and that was it. So he's performed in big stages and big situations. LeBron has won a lot. A lot of other people have made big shots and big moments. And not to say that he didn't obviously do anything. But
you think?
But there aren't that many moments where you remember LeBron just.
What?
No, there aren't many for me. Well, other than you want to say the block? I remember Kyrie's 3-pointer. That's what I remember.
So you don't remember Loranto when he was running through Toronto?
No, I don't remember.
You don't remember Orlando Magic when he hit the game? You don't remember he goes crazy on Boston?
No, I don't remember that. I remember him.
You don't remember he game winners on the Pacers, game winners on the Wizards? Why is all this top of mind for me?
Because I remember him taking his headband off down in Miami against who was it?
The Spurs, you talking about?
Yeah, when they thought they were going to lose. Yeah, the Spurs, right? Was that the one when Kawhi missed the free throws? Yeah, that was the one where LeBron was torn. Was like, because he didn't play that well.
No, because I don't like how you doing this, Rob. You spent all this time over. I mean, he did a little bit. He he was a role player.
I don't remember anything.
Shout out to my guy, Big Shot Bob or something. You out here, I mean, he did his thing, but what?
I don't remember it.
I don't remember it. Boy, that's why I'm glad I'm here. And you know what else? I'm glad? Elijah. Put the camera on me. See, this is how I know. This is why I be prepared for you. Because I knew you were going to try to do this. Oh, man, KD just... Let me tell you what AI says about Rob Parker. Put the camera on me.
What are you talking about?
Rob Parker is a vocal critic of Kevin Durant, frequently labeling him selfish and NBA dead regarding his impact on team success following his Warrior tenure. Parker has criticized Durant's trade demands, questioned his GOAT status, and argued that American players, not foreigners, are responsible for the All-Star game's lack of effort. This is what AI says, because I already knew you was going to be on this.
But wait a minute.
I'm not done with you.
I didn't talk to Allen Iverson. How's he going to say that
Shout
about
out to
me?
the real AI. You sat here right there and told me how the Rockets weren't going to be nothing, and how terrible this signing, Katie. It meant nothing. It wasn't going to do anything.
They're not going to be better than they were, and that was my point. But they're going to beat the Lakers. They're going to beat the Lakers.
I will give
They're going to beat the Lakers.
I will concede to you that Kevin Durant with the Warriors was incredible. That was the best.
But some people act like it wasn't.
I agree. Oh, he just barely.
No, he did
not. He was lucky to be on that. He barely. No. He was better than Steph. Yes, Steph is a magnet. I'll give you that. He draws people. KD was in his apex. Let's not act like he wasn't absolutely in his peak.
He was big time.
That was, if there was ever a moment when you said, what's the peak him? People have argued, what's the peak Kobe? Is it 24 Kobe or the last version of number 8 Kobe? Is Jordan the late 80s or 90s Jordan, or is it the mid-late 90s? That was KD's peak. But my point is, you were like, he doesn't really move the needle like that. He's not going to help him get over the hump. My point is, stop acting like KD has been that guy throughout his career. We're matched against a LeBron. I'm not saying against other people. There's not many instances where I'm going to take him. And I've heard him talk about it, the frustration himself. He did a whole tirade about how he's sick of being number
LeBron?
2. Yeah, and he said he's sick of being number 2. He did a whole thing on this. This is right before the Warriors.
I don't remember any LeBron moments over KD.
That was his point was, this guy, everything,
any.
He's better than me. He's winning more than me.
But do you remember? Can you give me one?
Well, they haven't played enough. They haven't.
Well,
the Heat beating the Thunder.
Yeah, but that's when he was a baby. He still wet behind the ears.
That's what I'm saying. They haven't. It's kind of
but when they were in their prime, when you say that those 2 times in that situation,
but
okay, he got the best of it.
If LeBron had a healthy Kyrie and Kevin Love, I think we might be having a different story. Or at least we may be having one. So my point is, I get Kevin Durant at his best. He's been fantastic. But I'm not going to act like both of them are in their peaks that I'm easily taking KD over LeBron. Absolutely not. There's not much he does better than he makes free throw percentage.
And he makes big shots and big moments.
And LeBron makes I just named you all the big shots. That's off the top of the dome.
I don't remember any.
You don't remember? You got amnesia. Boy, I tell you, Steve, you got a doctor online, one or something, Mary Mac, early Alzheimer's up in this thing. I don't remember none of these. So anyway, Kevin Durant's fantastic, but he'll always be kind of number 2 for a large portion of the LeBron KD era, and then probably 3 behind Steph for a lot of people in the LeBron, Steph, KD era, that second half of his career.
All right, 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. Who would you rather have in a big game? Big game. Is it LeBron or is it KD? Kelvin, of course.
You were at the game in Detroit when LeBron scored 25 straight against the Pistons.
That was 25 years ago. I didn't have any gray hair back then.
You were there.
Would you take LeBron in a big game or KD? We'll continue that conversation next with you. It is The Odd Couple on a Magic City Monday where we deliver insight, not noise, right here on Fox Sports Radio. And you know what you need to do. Stick and stay.
America.
And check it out. When production levels change, you need a workforce that flexes to match. Having the right staff to meet productivity isn't just necessary. It keeps costs and manufacturing deadlines in check. And Express Employment Professionals is your best resource for success. Visit expresspros.com to find your local office and discover how Express Employment Professionals can help you hire smarter and faster. Your local Express team understands skilled labor, and it can easily connect your business with the right workers when you need them. From assemblers and machinists to quality control inspectors, maintenance technicians, and production managers, Express Employment Professionals has the skilled talent you need. As one of the largest industrial staffing companies in the States, Express can help your business stay efficient, flexible, and competitive. Find a location near you at expresspros.com to get the local support you need and avoid the onslaught of online applications and sorting through unqualified candidates. Put people back in hiring with Express. Whether you are ramping up production, managing change, or looking for a solution to a skills gap, Express Employment Professionals is your one connection to the right workforce. Visit expresspros.com. Express Employment Professionals, respecting people, impacting business.
But anyway, we got some breaking news that we really want to get to because we were one of the few shows that, Kelvin, as you know, talked about it. A lot of people were like, thank God that you guys talked about it. A lot of people have ignored it, but we got new details about this scandal. This is Reportergate.
Yeah, the Diana Russini, Mike Vrabel photographs have apparently become the biggest story in sports, even bigger than the Masters, bigger than the NFL draft coming up, bigger than the looming NBA playoffs, bigger than the first few weeks. For whatever reason, this story has captured the imagination, not just of sports fans, but of entertainment fans.
You know why, though?
Fans. It's salacious.
Hey, right, and the hint of sex, and you know what I mean? Yeah. They're both married. There's a lot there.
When the news first broke, one of the things that you guys mentioned, I think Kelvin mentioned this specifically, is he wasn't surprised that Russini denied it, wasn't surprised that Vrabel. He was surprised that The Athletic was so staunch in her defense of her.
That's what I said.
Well, things may have changed.
Well, let's get this, okay. Kelvin. Here we go.
Multiple outlets have reported this, but TMZ Sports put out a very specific reasoning about what's going on here. TMZ Sports has confirmed now that Diana Russini will not, N-O-T, be reporting for The Athletic as they conduct a deeper probe into the Mike Vrabel situation. According to TMZ Sports, her coverage, not just her story about what happened between her and Vrabel.
This is the important part right here.
Her coverage is now being reviewed, and that process is expected to take time. As a result, she will not be reporting for them in the interim. According to TMZ Sports, while the outlet publicly supported her, including her boss, Steven Ginsburg, additional information has come to light, and while they initially saw no reason to doubt her story, that is no longer the case. Thus, she has been put on the shelf.
Kelvin, can I tell you this?
Yeah.
Here we go. Real simple. She can't produce the other people and the names. There would be no story today. There would be no reason to probe anything. Who were you there with? Here are the other 4 people, their names and their numbers, and we have pictures of them. They were with us. Where are they? Kelvin, she can't produce it. That's the issue. Am I right?
No, that's what we said. I said by now someone would have easily.
Where are the other pictures?
Man, y'all took a different angle. Look, we're right here having fun. His wife's over there. Her man's over there. They're on the other side. Because listen, Rob G, you're married. You were once married, Rob. You go to functions and you separate, right? You're over there talking to different people, and she's over there talking. And you're mingling. That's what you do. So there would be photos of everybody there mingling that you would be like,
it would be like pictures like when we were in San Francisco. I might be in pictures with Aaron and you don't see Ben. I'm just saying.
That's a great example, I think. But yes. It's a very specific example. I kind of went broad.
Just saying.
I went broad, you went specific, but nevertheless. So that's the first thing. But Rob G, you mentioned my point I was saying, Rob Parker, yesterday, that I just was fine. Dude, people deny things. We've all been there. Oh, I didn't do that. I wasn't shocked by that. I was shocked that a truth-seeking entity like The Athletic, right, reporting, integrity, journalism, would be so staunch, would be so firm, so, definite in their response.
And the only reason that they should have been at that point as quickly as they had they had proof, pictures, names, and numbers of the other people who were there. It takes 2 seconds. What's your probe? And now that the other probe about her coverage, now they're like, we're going to go through it with a fine-tooth comb to find out other stories she's written, sources where Mike Vrabel was the source, what kind of tone did they have, what kind of stories did she write. Mm-hmm. That is what they're deciding. If I had to tell you right now, she will not be a reporter for The Athletic.
No, it's seeming like whatever this extra information they got, here's my guess. Someone already did their own investigation, whether it be an outside source, whether it be someone within the building, and they found a bunch of things that were all like, let's say you heard the story and you came out and said, man, I've already been tracking this. Here's some questionable things. Like Rob G brought up. Who are we talking to? Was that you, Rob? Somebody brought up how Tennessee, they always had a joke about like.
That was me. They had on the local radio show down there that whenever she had a story, they would say courtesy of Mike Vrabel. That was a joke.
Yeah. So I'm wondering again if there had already been an allocation of things that were collected that they can say, hey, I know you're going to do a formal investigation, but here's some easy stuff we've already collected for you. And then they said, all right, this don't look good. Now we'll do a full-on probe, a full-on investigation. But you knew that was my point yesterday. I was like, wow, The Athletic, because all they had to say was, hey, she's been one of the great writers for us. We respect her work, but we're going to do our due diligence and check into this and investigate. But they were like, no, she ain't did nothing. What you mean? Fox Sports Radio. Odd couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington. Clearly a Magic City Monday. Shout out to Miss Mary Mack. If you missed any of today's show, be sure to catch the podcast. Just search The Odd Couple wherever you get your podcast. Follow the podcast. Rate the podcast. Give us 5 stars. You can even review it. Search The Odd Couple wherever you get your podcast, and you're going to find today's full show. And then Rob G will have a best-of version right after the show. We got Gary Washburn coming up here, Boston Globe, national NBA writer, in a moment. Get you ready for that. Getting the NBA playoffs kicking off here soon. We got the play-in first. Right now, 877-99 on Fox. The NBA has chosen Lakers-Rockets to be the marquee game with 2 old heads. And would you rather have KD? Would you rather have LeBron? This guy says KD. I said LeBron. Obviously, we're assuming they're at their best. 877-99 on Fox. Who we got?
All right, let's kick it off with Marty in Kentucky. Marty, you're on The Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Marty?
What's up, fellas? Hey, Kelvin, I just want to challenge you something. Ask AI what Rob thinks about any athlete. And if you can find one that he doesn't criticize, I will give you props.
Well, are you prepared? This is easy. He knows where I'm going.
What?
It used to be Aaron Rodgers. That don't work.
No, it
Thank
still
you.
is.
No, it ain't. Marty.
It still is.
Marty been listening to the show from the beginning.
Marty, you know it still is.
Marty,
no,
it is
Marty
not.
is operating under the assumption Aaron Rodgers is going to retire. That's the only reason why he said it.
Marty's listened to the show. He knows
Marty.
Aaron's gotten the rod from me
Marty,
as well.
switch Aarons. Give me another Aaron, Marty.
Oh, well, you're talking.
Aaron Judge.
Stop.
Yeah, I know.
Rob, what you just
Stop.
said to me when you came back in, flying and you boy tripping over his feet when you came in this studio. What'd you say?
I said it's 2-0. Did Judge hit a home run?
Look at you with a smile on your face. I ain't never seen you Google nothing that fast in your life. You Googled it in 2 seconds.
Marty.
Every baseball fan loves a dinger.
That's right. And he's been scuffling. I knew, like, when I saw the score 2-0, I was like, he must hit a home run. That's all.
But there's the answer. Aaron's are the answer. I can't think of it. Maybe Lamar Jackson. I feel like, Raji, he's kind of slowly getting his way off the Lamar train. Slowly.
I don't like black quarterbacks, so Lamar was
But
never
that was
there.
our one.
No.
That
All
was
right,
our
go
one.
ahead, Marty. What you got? What you got? Oh, you hung out? We lost Marty.
Yeah, he just wanted to say that.
All right.
Shout out to Marty.
We appreciate it. His son, River.
Shout out to Old Man River.
Yeah, he might be grown now. By the time I bought him his first pair of Jordans, that's old news now.
When you gonna buy me some? What I got?
We gotta win.
You can't just buy them because you love me.
No. Man.
You be trying to deny your love for me, man.
There you go. That's
Here's the
how I
problem.
am.
Here's the problem. They hear it. The streets know.
Okay.
They call in the show. Man, this show is so great. Y'all love for each other is just amazing.
Thanks.
Mary Mac got my coffee. I'm on one today. Okay.
Andre in Massachusetts. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Dre?
How you doing? Thanks for taking the call. Listen, this is tough, KD and LeBron, but I have to go with the player who is the greatest overall, and that's clearly LeBron James. Even though KD as a clutch shooter, he has that category. But we have to go back to LeBron's peak moments. Kelvin, you talked about the game against Detroit in 2007 where they snatched away an NBA Finals appearance from that team and really ended their dynastic run. I'm coming from the Commonwealth. LeBron James had a dominant performance in 2011.
But wait a minute. Give me his
6.
head-to-head against KD when they're playing straight up against each other. Do you have any of those? I'm just asking, Andre, seriously. Do you have any of those?
Rob, I'm not, for me, KD was Finals MVP back-to-back. Okay, but he's the one that jumped on
against LeBron, though. But it wasn't like he joined the team and Steph was the MVP and he was along for the ride.
But the equivalent would be the Heat.
Remember,
when LeBron joined the team, they beat KD. That's the equivalent.
Dre, remember this. They went to get KD because they choked a 3-1 lead down to LeBron and them.
That's an example of LeBron getting it done.
Dre,
Correct.
no?
Yes. Yeah,
they
correct.
didn't get KD because they had beat LeBron. They lost to him. And let me tell you something. Had they not gotten KD, LeBron might have 2 more championships.
Oh, I don't disagree. I think they knew the writing was on the wall.
Andre,
they had
do you
no
agree
answer.
or disagree with that?
Oh, no doubt about it. That super team, LeBron was overmatched once they added KD in 17, 18. It wasn't apples to apples. All I'm saying is don't sleep on LeBron. The first year Miami broke through and made the finals, they were down 3-2 against the Celtics. LeBron went wild here in Game 6 in Boston. Dominant performance to get it back to Miami for them to win that in Game 7. So he's shown moments. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. But KD is a better clutch shooter. Thanks for taking the call.
Right. No doubt. No, I don't argue with the actual shot. I mean, KD, I've always said, is my favorite. If you ask me the best scorer I've ever seen in my own eyes, I didn't see Jordan play in the flesh. Kevin Durant. I mean, he puts up points so effortlessly. You'll look, he might have 24 tonight. You look, 37, because it's just so easy for him to get buckets. All right, Gary Washburn on the other side of Trending with Steve DeSager.
Hello, gentlemen. We do have baseball on FS1 right now at Philadelphia. It's now 2-0 Phils over the Chicago Cubs, bottom of the third. Kyle Schwarber, an early solo home run. Arizona's Ketel Marte with home runs in his first 2 at-bats. It's now Diamondbacks 2-1 at Baltimore at the end of 3. Paul Skeens on the mound in Pittsburgh. Pirates leading 4-1 against the Nationals at the end of 2. Skeens did allow a homer in the first to C.J. Abrams of the Nats. At Yankee Stadium, New York 2-0 over the Angels, bottom of the first. Aaron Judge, a 2-run homer, blasted over 450 feet. And scoreless at Atlanta. Braves are hosting Miami tonight. Scoreless, top of the second. Seattle at home today beat Houston 6-2. Josh Naylor, 2 homers, 5 RBIs. The win to George Kirby, who pitched 7 2/3 innings. The M's swept the 4-game series. In fact, Houston has lost 8 in a row, and today Houston placed on the injured list pitcher Tatsuya Imai, arm fatigue, and shortstop Jeremy Pena with a strained hamstring. The Guardians activated reliever Hunter Gaddis after a forearm injury. Toronto acquired infielder Lenyn Sosa from the White Sox as they need something to spark the lineup. George Springer is out with a broken toe. Among the 10 NHL games tonight, it's the Rangers at Florida, and an announcement from Rangers goalie Jonathan Quick. He is retiring. This is his last start. He's down 2-0 in the first against the Panthers. Quick had won 2 Stanley Cups with L.A. Among the many other games, Detroit leads 1-0 at Tampa Bay mid-first period. Doc Rivers officially stepped down as Milwaukee Bucks head coach. The Lakers' Luka Doncic will return to L.A. on Friday after treatment in Europe on his injured hamstring. He might miss another week or two. Steph Curry of Golden State had the top-selling jersey this season, while the Knicks were number 1 in team merchandise on the league's official sites. Lakers were number 2. The NBA's play-in tournament starts Tuesday. WNBA draft going on tonight in New York. Connecticut guard AZ Fudd, number 1 overall, goes to Dallas. The New York Giants signed backup quarterback Brandon Allen, and former Arizona Cardinals coach Dave McGinnis has passed away at the age of 74. Back to you.
Steve, thank you so much. It is the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, on a Magic City Monday. Right now, joined by Gary Washburn, Boston Globe, National NBA writer, G. Washburn Globe on X. Gary, what's up, man?
One of the best in the business, man. How are you?
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Hey, guys, how you doing? What's up, Hall of Famer Rob?
Man.
What amazing.
What a show we had down there at North Carolina.
I don't believe you were there, to be honest with you.
Why? Because the turnaround was so
Because I
quick.
did a show with him, Gary. I did the show with him Friday. Then he had to be in North Carolina, allegedly. I think it was a clone. Saturday, I'm sorry. And then somehow he's back here to do his show on NBC Sunday. I don't
flew right back.
I don't believe
right back. But anyway, NBA playoffs are underway, and I'm going to start with the team in the city where you work, the Celtics. And when they got rid of all the veterans and the young players, it looked like they were punting on the season. Not that whenever you have Jaylen Brown, it's a punt totally. You know what I mean? Because he's that good of a player, Gary. But it didn't seem like they were like, okay, we'll develop some of these other guys and we'll see how it plays out. They moved on from some people. They stayed in it. And now I think that they're as good to come out of the East as anybody. Where are you on the Celtics? Can they get to the finals?
Yeah, they have the ability to get to the finals, especially with Jason Tatum being back and Jason Tatum starting to resemble the player he was before his injury. And I think that now he's pairing with a Jaylen Brown guy who is just better than he was last year. He's taken that step forward. He's elevated his game. MVP candidate, should make a first-team All-NBA. So I think that makes them a dangerous team. And also, as you mentioned, Rob, they got rid of some guys who were kind of up there in age. They got rid of Al Horford, who was 38. They got rid of, Drew Holiday, who was 35. Porzingis was, often injured, and they replaced them with some young, hungry guys. So this team got considerably younger. They got more athletic. And a lot of the guys on the roster who came back took steps forward, and that's a credit to Joe Mazzulla's coaching to put these guys in the position to succeed. So they end up winning 56 games when people projected they might win maybe 40, maybe 39, maybe fight for a play-in spot.
I was in that camp. In that camp.
Yeah, a lot of people were. You weren't the only one. There's a lot of people who just said, they're the Celtics. They'll try every night. They're not going to tank. They're not going to try to go for one of these, premium draft picks. They're not going to mail it in. But with the lack of talent and the youth, they're going to take their lumps. And this team, people forget, started 0-3. So after that third game, they lost to Knicks and lost to Detroit. You're like, okay, it's going to be a long season. This team is going to struggle a little bit. But they bounced back, and now they're one of the favorites in the East. I think the East is 3 or 4 teams could come out of the East, but I think the Celtics are one of them.
Well, Gary, let me ask you this. I want to stay there with the Celtics and talk about Jaylen Brown. I feel like we kind of slide past that. Oh, Jaylen Brown, yeah. Is there you're in there, you're covering them. Is there something about where maybe it's the battle within the team. Whose is it? Is it Jalen's? Is it Jason? No, it's Jason. No, it's Jalen. Well, yeah, Jason might be the more, NBA-friendly guy people know, but really it's Jalen's team. How do they handle that dynamic? Are they cool with it? Is there still a little maybe competitive, little rivalry between those two?
Yeah, Kelvin, there is definitely a competitiveness, and I think that's what helps the team. They look at each other, and they know how important each other is to the other's success. That's one thing that's really important. Secondly, when one person adds element to his game, the other one wants to add one to his game. So they push each other. And they're friends, they're cool, and they get along, and they know, this is a situation. They've been together now 9 years, and that's a long time for pairings. I mean, Shaq and Kobe were together 8 years. Like we talk about these all-time great pairings and, Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars. Most of the time, those things have a shelf life, and those guys get old, right? And in the first iteration of the Big Three, with Bird, McHale, and Parrish, those guys got old. And then it was like, okay, get rid of them. These guys have been together 9 years, and you can argue that both of them are just entering their prime.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty special, and I think that they understand that you need 2 stars to win this thing. Now, we can argue whether you need 3 stars. I think that's kind of the super team has kind of been pushed to the side, but you definitely need 2 stars. You definitely need 2 guys that you have to defenses have to focus on, and I think that they understand that, and I think they celebrate that. I think they celebrate the fact that they're in a place that's winning every year. They haven't had to reboot. They haven't had to tank, and they appreciate being in Boston because it's unlike a lot of other teams that we've seen. That the last month of the regular season was pathetic in some of the games we were watching, some of the players we had never heard of, and so that doesn't happen in Boston.
Yeah. He is Gary Washburn, on with the Odd Couple, Rob and Kelvin on the Magic City Monday, of course, with the Boston Globe, national NBA writer.
Yep. The New York Knickerbockers. Now, the flip side of the Celtics was that, they brought in Mike Brown. I think they really wanted Larry Brown, but they wound up with Charlie Brown. But we'll call him Mike Brown for now.
Oh, God.
Yeah, beat me down with that one, Gary.
I know, Gary. Well, if they don't get to where they need to get to, they're going to call him Charlie Brown. Anyway, my point is people thought there was an opening, right? Milwaukee's not the same. There's an injury in Indianapolis. There's an injury in Boston, right? Who's standing in your way? The Knicks are going to finally get to the NBA Finals for the first time since the Louisiana Purchase was in escrow. And now here we are. And, Gary, we're not sure. Like, you know what I mean? They're one of a few teams.
You're right. I mean, they have enough talent. I mean, you've got Bridges and Anunoby to guard any other team's best 2 players. You got Karl Anthony Towns, one of the more gifted centers of this generation in terms of his skill set. You got a Mitchell Robinson coming off the bench who just gobbles up offensive rebounds. You got a Swiss Army knife and Josh Hart who can just do about everything. And then you got that little guy in terms of Brunson who can score on anybody and is fearless. But for whatever reason this year, Rob, the chemistry just hasn't quite been there. And I don't know can they get it together, because there's no way they should be the 3rd seed. There's no way. Mm-hmm. They should have won 60-plus games.
Is that Gary? Is that coaching like a new adjustment? That you had Tibbs for a while, a number of years. Is that adjustment? No.
Likes each other. Rob, I don't think this team particularly all likes each other.
Okay.
And I think it's a chemistry thing. And
that's
you've
fair.
been in Detroit. There's no way the Pistons went wire to wire with this thing. And Detroit, I'm glad to see them back. It's a great basketball town. But the Knicks should have challenged them. And there was really no challenge. I mean, they finished in the 3rd seed. Now they face a tough Atlanta Hawks team. But can they get it together to make a finals run? Of course they can. They have the talent. They probably have more talent than anybody in the East, comparable to Boston. But they got to put it all together. I mean, they could have lost that series last year to Detroit. Had the Pistons got a couple of calls, and the Pistons, didn't, fold in a couple of fourth quarters because of inexperience. But now the Knicks are going to be challenged. They're going to face Atlanta, then particularly Boston, and potentially Detroit to get to the finals. That's going to be a tough road. I think they are capable, but we just haven't seen it consistently.
Yeah, I don't think they're capable of going through that. That's a gauntlet. And not to mention, you can lose to a team.
I think they have the talent. I'm with Gary. They
have the talent. I don't disagree.
They have
but
the
they
talent.
got punked. Both of y'all, they got punked by the Pistons, Gary. Am I wrong for the Knicks? If anything, you think it makes you think tough and strong.
What are you talking about? Win last year?
No, I'm saying this throughout the season. They didn't just lose. It happens. This day they got punked. Am I wrong, Gary?
I don't.
The Pistons are a tough team. The Pistons, and I think the Knicks enter certain games and just don't show up. There was a couple of games at Detroit where they just got, backslapped, and that can't happen. If you are this type of team, you've got to bring it every night. So now, can they put it together we've seen teams underachieve before. Then when here comes the light turns on, the playoffs.
That's what I'm
and
saying.
Then they bring it together. It can happen, but if it doesn't, New York, Rob, heads are rolling. A lot of heads are rolling.
I think the first head is going to be Karl Anthony Towns.
Gary, I agree. I mean, because people were expecting. That's why they were so disappointed. After that, you notice, Gary, when they beat the Celtics last year, they fully expected to go to the finals. And when that didn't happen, that's how Tibbs got fired. And, the expectation was there. And now this will be a big setback if they don't even get back to the Eastern Conference Finals. All right, Gary, we appreciate you.
We appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
No doubt. Make sure you give him a follow. G. Washburn Globe on X. I think, Rob, my point would be I think Cat. I think Knick fans are right on the edge with him. You know what I mean?
It just depends on.
Let's see how this player. I agree. Let's see how this playoff goes.
Because if they lose and he plays pretty well, and there's some other, just the idea of the coaching, it could be this.
But if he does the 10 point, 10 rebound, one game, disappear. Next game, 28. Next game, 13. If he does that, I think New York fans are going to be over him. I think he's right on the edge with him right now. All right, on the way, Tire-Rack Play of the Day, Shekel City as well. We'll do that in just a bit. It is the Odd Couple on a Magic City Monday. Rob and Kelvin, Fox Sports Radio.
All right, so getting back to the story we're going to discuss here, The Athletic surveyed 161 active NBA players to get their thoughts.
Diana Rossini didn't have anything to do with this, right? I'm just.
God.
I just want to make sure.
To get their thoughts on who they believe should win the NBA MVP award. No real surprise at the guy they picked. 39% of the votes went to SGA, more than twice as much as the second-placed finisher, which is Nikola Jokic. The rest of the top five in order. So it's SGA 1, Joker 2, and 3 guys tied for third. Jaylen Brown, Luka Doncic, and Cade Cunningham.
Somebody's missing from that list. Wait a minute.
None other than Rob Parker's favorite big man, the slender assassin himself, Victor Wembanyama.
Everyone knows it's Wemby, except the NBA players.
Finished a distant sixth, only got 5% of the votes. No love for Wemby in the NBA circles.
All right, Kelvin, this is what I talk about all the time.
What's that, Rob?
The players are jealous. They are always getting in their feelings. They don't want Wemby. We're not pushing him to the front of the line. Not only is he an offensive machine, he plays defense too, and he's not even in the top 5. How could that possibly be that he's not in the top 5? It's because they don't want to crown him. They don't want to say, Wemby, you're that guy. Jealousy reigns supreme. We've talked about it before. 100 some players didn't even vote for LeBron James for an All-Star game. Another 100 people didn't even vote for Kevin Durant. We're talking about 5 or 6 years ago when they were both viable big-time stars still, right? They didn't vote for them. Players can't be trusted. They have skin in the game. Don't ever allow players to vote on anything. They'll never give you an honest view, an honest take. It's Boulder Dash. It's Poppycock. How is Wemby not in the top 5? He plays both ends of the court. How many guys today, Kelvin, play both sides of the court? Wemby, can we say that? Everybody knows it's Wemby. He should be in the top 5. I'm not saying he has to win the MVP. How is he not in the top 5? Ridiculous.
So, look, this isn't quite as egregious as LeBron not getting 100 votes or whatever it was. That's egregious. That doesn't even make any sense. And the only reason why I'll say that, and I'll provide a slight pushback to you, is that Luka has had an amazing season. We've talked about it throughout. SGA is his to lose. Everybody would probably agree on that. And then Joker is Joker the last 5-6 years. He's just been incredible. So, and then Cade at one point in time had the best record in the NBA or right behind the Thunder. So there was a point where you say, man, Cade could honestly be there. So I think the list is a very fair list, which is why I'll push back a little bit on how crazy it is for them to think those other 4 guys could be ahead of Wemby. And why I think this is because of a multitude of things. I think they're looking at his stats a bit and going, well, 24 and 12, that's a bad night for Joker. You know, that's a bad night for a guy like a Giannis or somebody. So I think they're looking at his stats and saying those aren't the most overwhelming stats, but that's not what makes Wemby great. Wemby is giving you these stats, 24, 12, and 3 blocks in 30 minutes. If he was giving you 38 minutes a game, I don't know what his stats would be. Would it be 32, 16, and 6? It'd be, 5 or something. It'd be incredible. But you also mentioned it. I think they are underestimating the other side of the ball. He is about to lead the league 3 years in a row in blocks. His team is 3rd in defense because of him. And when you look at the massive turnaround, Rob, they have 61 wins. That is incredible for a team that was just the reason they got him, because they were so terrible. They had the number 1 pick not too long ago. So for this team to be having a real chance to have taken the number 1 spot in the Western Conference for a very long time, it's not going to happen now. They're 3 games behind. That also should bode well for Wemby. So between what he's providing offensively, especially what he's doing defensively, probably going to be Defensive Player of the Year, and then the fact that his team is sitting at 61 and 19, that is absolutely incredible for an extremely young Spurs team, minus a guy like De'Aaron Fox and Harrison Barnes. So I think he's definitely, in my opinion, in the top 3. But I will say that's a very good group of guys, which is why I think some weren't hating. They just were like, well, shoot, look what Cade did with the Pistons team that's at one point in time was vying to be the number 1 seed, maybe in the NBA for a while, but obviously the Thunder have that. Get a flashlight, Rob. Looking for. Where's she at, Rob? Fox Sports Radio, it's the Odd Couple. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington. A Magic City Monday. Thank you to Gary Washburn, just joined us. Rob G will get that up on the podcast. It is now time for your Tire Rack Play of the Day.
Here comes Rory McIlroy, just a couple inches away. Stands behind the golf ball and is set. It's a tap in. It's back to back for McIlroy. Rory has done it again at Augusta National.
Masters Radio there on the call. It's the Odd Couple with that. That's your Tire Rack Play of the Day. Shout out to Rory, back to back. First one since Tiger, I think 23, 24 years ago. And that's your Tire Rack Play of the Day, brought to you by Tire Rack. For over 40 years, Tire Rack's been helping customers find the right tires for how, for what, and for where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com. It is the way tire buying should be. Let's get into Shekel City. How'd you do?
All right. I can't find my paper from Friday, so we're going to have to.
Elijah? HRU?
No, wait a minute. You know what? Actually, I should have Elijah's, I got to check it. I'm going to make it because I always want to be accurate.
Yeah, we appreciate
But
that.
here we go. Let's do tonight's first.
Okay,
and
what
then
you
we'll
got
get
for
to that.
tonight?
So tonight, we know we got baseball because there is no basketball.
That is true.
So we got all baseball. Got the Mets and the Dodgers. Mets and Dodgers over 8.5 runs.
Oh, look at I like these. A little over.
Yeah, a little
action.
over 8.5 runs. So there we go. I got that. Then I got Baltimore minus 1.5 runs. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's man, I'm all messed up.
You are all
That's
messed up.
Tuesday. Hold on.
That's Tuesday. Hold up. Did you have Lauren Betts? Would you have her going in the WNBA draft?
No, I did not have.
What about Kiki Rice? Did you do that?
No, I did not have that.
Okay. I'm just curious.
Okay.
Because you know you can bet on that stuff too, those little prop bets.
How could all the games are done for today? Okay, we don't have Shekel City.
Okay. No, Shekel. Well, then.
I'm like, wait a minute.
Mary, hit me with a story.
No, because there was no basketball.
With the sad
Wait a
time.
minute, stop.
Okay.
I was just looking. I'm like, it says no. Wait a minute. Let me go.
Okay.
We got 2 games.
Okay, you back?
We got 2 games.
You got the Yankees playing. Did you pick?
No, but I didn't pick them earlier. These 2 games are happening tonight.
Okay.
So here we go.
Okay.
I got the Dodgers and Mets under 8.5.
Yes,
that is tonight.
You said that one. Yeah.
And then the other one I got the A's plus 1.5 runs hosting the Texas Rangers. So
Gotcha.
those are the 2 games, not
Okay.
3. We got 2 for tomorrow. Mets and Dodgers over 8.5, and we got the A's plus 1.5 hosting the Texas Rangers.
Okay.
And remember, I'm not telling you who to bet on.
Not today you are.
Not today. I'm telling you who I bet on.
But I'm okay with it. You listen, man.
I was all over
You
the
had
country.
a
I don't
long
know
trip.
where
You were
everything
around the
is.
country. You're doing too much.
I'm discombobulated.
Yeah, you're discombobulated. You know, you should have took an extra day. You getting celebrated, then you're leaving in the middle of the night, acting like Cinderella, Brorella, just dipping up out of there
There's the
before
show.
midnight.
There's a show, bro.
Brorella.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, it's all good.
Yeah, I was going to talk about Rory, but you don't want to talk about Rory.
Yeah, go ahead. Talk about it.
Ain't nothing to talk about. Just congrats to Rory. Back to back.
He's 36,
First-
7 years old. It ain't no Tiger. He ain't feeling no. He's an old guy.
No. Ain't nobody. Listen, Tiger is Michael Jackson.
Right.
Meaning nobody will ever be that.
I'm not. I'm just saying, right.
Which, Mary, you're the perfect person. We had an argument. Ricky! Where's Ricky? Ricky's around here somewhere. He brought it up. He and his lady had a debate about Taylor Swift and at her peak, is she Michael Jackson? And I tried to explain to him, nobody on earth will be Michael Jackson level of fame again. It's just a different era. Nobody can be that. And I use that as an example to say Tiger Woods, like that thing, what that was, could never happen again.
I agree.
And by the way, I think it's because I've always said this. We no longer lionize people, right? It used to be Hollywood and entertainers were like way up there like deities, right? Looks like way out there. Now we look to tear them down. Like, I'm going to get on social media. I can say whatever. You're this, Kevin Hart, The Rock. You're LeBron, Steph. Like, you can just tear people down all day. It's almost like the more fun thing to do. And they might actually respond. I've seen people do that. Tear the person down, even though they're a fan, because then they might respond. They go, wow, you responded. That's pretty cool. So I just think it's a different era. Like, Michael Jackson, we had way up there. So, anyway, that's Tiger Woods. I don't know if anybody will ever be on that level again. Like, as big as Shohei is, specifically here in the States, he can't be Babe Ruth. You get what I mean? Like, no one will ever be that massive again. I just don't think our tolerance level is there. I think we're going to look to tear you down after a handful of years.
Yeah, but it's not. When I hear people tear you down, I mean, it just comes with it. You got built up. It's when you do really well, people talk about it. It's not about trying to tear somebody down if they don't play well.
No, I don't mean you and I. I'm saying
but I'm
that's
just saying
like
when
what we do.
when
I'm
I hear
talking
people
about this.
talk about that, like I don't think it's purposely. The same way nobody complains when they're building you up and telling you how great you are.
I'm not talking about so much so, like, that's our job. Hey, so-and-so didn't play well. That team didn't look great. I'm more so saying the atmosphere of, like, culture, societally speaking. Like, it's to love you and then, like, get online and well, that ain't, she ain't that pretty. He ain't that. She ain't that. Like, that's because everybody has 8 billion people now have a microphone. It used to didn't be that way. It was only Entertainment Tonight, this and that, MTV, BET, and that was like it. You know, obviously New York Times, LA Times, whatever. But
yeah, but you have it both ways. People are also juicing up these people.
I
They got
agree.
10, 20 million followers. So now all of a sudden you can't take you'll accept them when they're following you and they're going to buy your merch and all that other stuff. But then
I'm only using that to say, like, I don't think there's a threshold I think we'll never surpass. The Princes and the Madonna, like that level, I just don't think you will get there again. Elvis, like I said, Babe Ruth, I don't think we'll allow anybody to get that big anymore. I think it's just a different era nowadays. All right, again, shout out to Gary Washburn joining us. Appreciated that. On the other side, we got the Jays in Boston. Break them up.
We are Washburn.
Okay, Blase. It's the Odd Couple. You know what time it is. It's your boys.
Let's get it. The Odd Couple is fun.
Check.
And informative.
Check.
What's up, America? You want to talk sports with 1.5 of the best-looking guys in the game?
That game was incredible.
You are wrong. You'll be king of the water cooler.
What's it like working with Rob? Rob in his mind is like Chris Rock mixed with Richard Pryor, so I'm running out of fake laughs. Ha ha, Rob. Rob is very passionate.
Son, you ain't ready for this. Well, I don't have BS in my game. I'm straightforward. I'm honest. You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. And, of course, it doesn't hurt that I'm right most of the time. Kelvin is the nice guy, wants to make everybody feel warm and fuzzy.
You done? Let me tell you the truth. I bring the energy, a youthful energy. Rob's not gonna see this, is he? And I bring an honest opinion. Michael Jordan, I can't take it anymore. I need a break. I'm gonna go play baseball.
Trash Talking Tuesday is the best.
It's a great opportunity for folks to call in and they get to trash whomever.
Who you trashing, Roger?
I'm trashing LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay.
They can't even hold Wilt Chamberlain's shoes.
Stop talking about the king like that. It's a new era. Let LeBron be the best, please.
I only recognize one king in the United States, and that's Burger King. The connection with the Odd Couple audience is incredible. We really invite them in.
And they can relate, whether it be things about our own personal lives or our takes on sports.
Love you guys. You guys are killing it.
Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with your boys. They feel like it's just my guys, just my friends, and they join right in on the show.
We talk with the listeners, not at them.
Obviously, you can listen to us live, but you can still check out the podcast. You can check out our YouTube. You can check us out on social media. So in any way you want to get it, you can get it.
Yes.
There's some yelling. It is some hot takes. It's a whole lot of fun. I'll give you that.
It is fun. I agree. Begrudgingly.
The Odd Couple.
Sports talk that's too good and too fun.
In Major League Baseball today at Seattle, the Mariners handed Houston an 8th straight loss, 6-2, 2 homers for Josh Naylor. Ketel Marte of Arizona hit home runs in his first 2 at-bats. It's now Diamondbacks 4-1 at Baltimore in the bottom of the 5th. On FS1 at Philadelphia, top of the 5th, Phillies lead the Cubs 4-2. Kyle Schwarber with 2 home runs. At Pittsburgh, Paul Skeens on the mound, and the Pirates lead 5-1 in the 5th against Washington. Yankees up 4-0 on the Angels at the end of 2. Aaron Judge a long 2-run homer. Miami at the Braves, scoreless top of the 4th. The WNBA draft going on in New York. UCLA's had 3 straight players selected in the first round. Center Lauren Betts, 4th overall to Washington. Then UCLA guard Gabriela Jaquez to Chicago. And UCLA's Kiki Rice to expansion Toronto. Doc Rivers officially stepped down as Milwaukee's head coach. I'm Steve DeSager.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
All right, hour number 2 on a Magic City Monday. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington. We indeed are the Odd Couple. Don't forget to check out our new YouTube channel. That's right. Just search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. Again, just search Odd Couple FSR and subscribe. Coming up in about 28 minutes, Mark Lai, the former professional golfer. He will join us and tell us nothing but truths when it comes to golf. Is that possible? Yes.
Yeah.
We'll do that and much more in this hour number 2. People listening to the show, maybe they heard the new Open. There's just like a little tweak that was made to the Open.
What was the tweak?
Do we have it, Mary, the tweak?
One guy's been inducted into 3 Halls of Fame. One guy has only mopped a hall.
I'm going to let it ride. Rob G, I'm going to give him one more week. He's celebrating. He's feeling good in his Hall of Fame. I'm going to let it ride.
It's all right. Is it false or not?
I don't know.
Did you mop a hall before?
No, I've many halls at the crib.
Everybody. Rob G has mopped halls. Mary has mopped halls.
Wait till
Elijah has mopped halls. Steve DeSager has mopped.
Steve DeSager, he said don't put me in this. Wait till I'm 88.
We've all
I'm
mopped
gonna be in
halls.
all the Hall of Fames, Miss Mary Mack.
I was not mopping no halls.
You never mopped a hall?
Are you crazy?
Why?
Wait, how you ain't never wipe a hall?
You never mopped it at floor? Or
you ain't have a job?
I was not mopping. I've never mopped at any of my jobs.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay.
How you walk? How about say you?
I was telling people to mop the hall.
Oh, wow.
Down.
Excuse
settle
me.
down.
Excuse me.
Settle down.
Rob G, have you ever mopped a hall?
Of course.
He mopped the hall this morning.
He can't wait. He can't wait to wash Costco's.
Elijah, have you ever mopped a hall? Ness? No. Have you ever mopped?
And they gave me the key, Rob.
Elijah says no. Thumbs down. He never mopped.
Really? Well, I don't know his whole story. All I know is he might be privileged too.
Y'all are
because he be traveling and I'm in Tibet. I'm in Australia.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna be honest. Let's pull the curtains back on Elijah.
Yeah.
I think deep down he's a prince from some country, and he's just here to pacify us. He just wants something to do.
He's coming to America. Part 3.
Elijah.
Hey, yo, permanently now, you are Prince Akeem from here on out.
Elijah. He's here just because he has nothing to do. He can't count money all day. It's like, I'll just go here, and they'll have no idea that I'm a prince of this, right? I mean, come on. Let's just be honest. That's what I give.
My son works? Is that what it is, Elijah?
Elijah, be honest.
Your dad is so mad right now. My son works?
How else do you explain him taking 6 one-week vacations in the span of 3
Where
months?
were you at? Oh, I was in Tahiti. Where were you this time? Oh, we went to Thailand. Where were you this time? Oh, we went to Nigeria.
This is what I'm trying to say.
No, I believe you. My son works?
He's whatever. I mean, the life he's living is fantastic.
So I think
life
he
of a
is
prince.
Prince Akeem, and I think he has his own money too.
I do.
Remember him coming to me? He got his face is on the money.
This is just like pocket change and stuff.
This is
just pocket
please
change.
do not check my pocket change.
It's just pocket change.
Listen. Exactly. Had his own face on the money, Mary. That's what his wife said. Her family said, "You hit the jackpot." Oh, that's funny. Back to you. I got the keys for that hall I'm mopping.
Okay.
When your face come up, your bust or whatever they have, and it comes up vandalized, I'm gonna say,
remember it.
what? I don't know how that happened. That's crazy. When they defame your face in there.
I told Ricky and Vito not to do it, but they just insisted.
Right.
You know, like,
hey, Ricky,
they didn't write the-
HRU. Hey, Rob, I got a lot going on right now. So Monday we had the Masters, we got NBA playoffs, we got all this stuff. What's up? What do you need? Hey, real quick, and I wanted to say this like this, and if you can say it like that. You know I've been working. You know, first of all, I've been working with you for a year and a half plus. You know I've known you for, I don't know, 15 years or so. You know that, right?
Yes, I do get that.
All right. So I know you.
All right.
Rob G. Shout out to Gary Washburn. We just had him on. We talked about the Celtics. Obviously feeling, I would imagine they feel really good about this season. They play very well. While Jason was out, he comes back, and now they're positioned for the postseason, but still little thoughts on how they can improve the team need be.
Yeah, this is a crazy story, guys. When you consider where the Celtics are relative to where we expected them to be. Like, people thought this was going to be a gap year. No JT. Jaylen Brown's cool. Derek White's fine. But realistically, maybe they're a play-in team at best. Well, now, as we move forward, they're looking like the team to beat in the Eastern Conference, according to all the odds makers. And a big reason why is because Jaylen Brown has taken the next step in a big way, and Jason Tatum has proven to be more back from his Achilles injury than anybody could ever expected, which made it very interesting that over the weekend, the Athletic's Sam Amick made headlines when he wrote in a column and then doubled down on FanDuel TV, saying that it depends on how these playoffs go. If the Celtics are one and done or they're out in the second round, don't be surprised if they decide maybe it's time to break up the Jays.
Okay, so that's a bad column by Sam Amick.
More specifically,
that's a bad column.
It's time to break them up for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Why is it bad?
Because he said, "Don't be surprised." That's not telling, the column should be. I'm dead serious. That they should break them up, and here are the reasons why. Not don't be surprised if they break them up, because you're not really saying anything. And it's okay for him as a columnist to just say,
this is why I think they should
break them up and bring in Giannis with one of these two. That's all.
Mm-hmm. Well, the idea of it, and I get your point on the
that's
column.
all. I'm just saying that's his license as a columnist.
That's kind of what the point is.
That's
Give
the
us
point.
your opinion.
Exactly.
I personally ain't breaking up the Jays. Jaylen, Jason, stick around. I like what they've been able to do. I think they've been incredible together. You've got now, 8 years, give or take, together. They've been to a couple of 9 years. This is season 9. They've gone to 2 finals. They've won 1. They've been to 5, 6 Eastern Conference finals. And I think they've been, as we talk with Gary who covers the team, they've been able to grow together. They've been able to kind of, that I have a good friend. Shout out to my very good friend Victor, man. And over the years, we've been able to grow together and have that natural competitiveness. Like, I'm doing well. I'm growing here. Oh, you do? Okay, I love it. And it's iron sharpening iron. Iron sharpening iron. And I think they've been able to do that as well. And so I like what they have, considering, too, it's not like they're 34 and it might be time to break up Pippen and Jordan because they were in their 30s. And they're young. They're like 28. So to me, I'm not breaking this up. And specifically, I'm not breaking it up for Giannis. You ask why? I'll tell you. Giannis is often injured now. He's been injured pretty much every season now. The severity will change, but he's been injured. Secondly, Giannis, when not injured, hasn't really elevated his team in what you all call the Eastern Conference. So if you're in the Eastern Conference, you're one of the 1, 2, 3 best players in the league. Why are we not elevating? Why are we not always in the Eastern Conference finals at minimum, let alone the finals? And I just saw Jaylen Brown, Rob, who we just all acknowledged. We thought, they'd be, 6 seed, 7 seed, because they got some guys around there. They got the same coach. Maybe they'll fight. We didn't expect them to be competing for the number 1 seed in the East. They ultimately didn't get it, but he did that without 90-some% of the games without Jason Tatum. And I think that would be the guy most people would look to get rid of. If they had to get rid of the Jays, they would get rid of Jaylen Brown. And I don't like that. I'm not getting rid of him. His temperament, I think he makes the team competitive and feel like they got some fight. His heart, he elevated his game. He found a way to get even better. We thought he was good, but he got even better. I think not making that Olympic team added a little fuel to him. He's great on both ends. So I'm not trading a Jay for a Giannis just because I don't think it's ultimately worth it. I don't know if Giannis is going to stay healthy enough. I don't know if he elevates the team, and I might have to give up too much, and that's what makes the Celtics special. All the other guys around, they're really a really deep team. And if I had to, I'm not so sure I'm giving up Jaylen like everybody would expect you to. I like what he does for that team. So I'm not with it. Giannis is incredible, but I'm riding with the Jaylens and Jasons and going to see where these Jays can take us for another 5 years. I like them kind of wanting to be better than each other and keep building up, the high tide rising, the whole ship here. And I'm not getting rid of that yet. Now I'll pass. You can have him. Maybe he go to Miami, go to the Knicks. But if I'm the Celtics, I like what I have here.
It would have to be like to me, even the Giannis thing, I'm not like running to do that. It would have to be such I don't know who it could be, you know what I mean, to make me want to make that, but it is hard to break up because they've had so much success together and they seem to be able to coexist. And this year, especially after seeing Jaylen Brown be able to hold this thing together and do what he was able to do with these young pieces, how could you not be excited for the next 4 or 5 years?
It really was impressive.
Because everybody wrote them off, and it was supposed to be a gap year. They even did. They did. They could say whatever they want. You don't get rid of veterans if you're going to make another run, if you thought you still had another run in you. You did not expect Jason Tatum to be back or playing this well at this point. Here we are going into April in the postseason.
Pistons are the number 1 seed, yet I think everybody, probably 85% of people, expect the Celtics, if they ended up matching up, to get to the finals. And that's a credit to how well they played, Jaylen played, and now, as you mentioned, Jason coming back. And he didn't come back 5-10 minutes a game, get acclimated. He came right back in 20-plus minutes, ready to roll. Some games had to be the leader when Jaylen was out recently. So I agree. Like, they're all in now. Like, this isn't we'll just see. They're like, why can't we get to the finals? And then once you're in there, you never know what happens.
Yeah, why would you think that they couldn't do it? I'd see every reason to believe that they could. And the Pistons is a stepping stone. Even with the number 1 seed, all the other stuff we talk about, even last year when they made a move and they got in the playoffs, they couldn't win a home game, right? Every time, and Gary Washburn talked about it, they kind of melted down at the end and weren't able to make those plays. Here's year number 2. We'll see. My big issue is their outside shooting, which has gotten better, but still, it has.
Boy, the people they've brought in, Duncan Robinson, finally coming through, Rob G, for your Detroit Pistons.
But he was not good for most of the year, and it didn't look good. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I still don't think they're getting to the Eastern Conference Finals, but I think they got a step, you know what I mean, towards that. And obviously they got to win a playoff series, which they haven't won a playoff series in a long time. So
yeah, I like what they've done. And I think the key part for me, Rob, both of y'all, you and Rob G, is that if they were 33, 32, you know what I mean? You'd be like, maybe the run has ended. Maybe they've had enough. Maybe it's just they're still too young for me to give up on what they've had. And they elevate each other. They have the foundation of the team, like the ethos of Brad Stevens on down to how the Celtics choose to Missoula, how they choose to operate. They have that down, and I think that's hard to find, right? Giannis comes in, maybe he wants this. And can Giannis, have we ever seen him play off the ball? Like, what if he doesn't have the ball in his hand all the time? Or what if I don't know that version of him specifically with this team. So I'm good on it personally. I can see how it could be enticing given how good, he has been throughout his last 10 years. I could see a team want to do that. Maybe the Celtics will kick it around, but a general manager, Kelvin, president of basketball operations, Washington, I'm not doing it. And you mentioned last point, you mentioned something too. They're not beefed. You know what I mean? Like publicly.
No, they could coexist.
Shaq and Kobe towards the end, it was too adversarial. Shaq and Kobe at the end, you knew the Lakers were like, all right, Shaq's getting older. He's heaviest he's ever been. Kobe looks like he's about to be the 1, 2, 3 best player in the league at this point in time. It's like, it was time for them, and it was okay. Yes, we can reminisce, romanticize. What if they would have stuck together? You could say they had a good run, move on. These guys are young, and they seem to get along very well. Jason Tatum is only 28, and he just turned 28 last month. You know what I mean? So you still got great prime him. And Jaylen Brown, I was just curious, looking it up, is where is he? Jaylen Brown is 29. So these guys are still in their 20s. I'm going to ride that out for a little bit.
All right, 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. If you were the Celtics, would you break up the Jays or just keep running it until it exhausts itself and maybe win another championship or two? Where are you? Should you break it prematurely, you know what I mean, to freshen it up so that you don't have that issue, or do you let it play itself out if you were the Celtics ownership or management? 877-99 on Fox. It is The Odd Couple on Fox Sports Radio, where we deliver insight, not noise, right here on Fox Sports Radio. Stick and stay.
America.
All right, listen up. Listen up, folks. Take the next step toward your future with an affordable online degree or a certificate from University of Maryland Global Campus, an accredited state university. Classes start May 13th, and when you apply now, your application fee is waived. That's right. So choose from over 135 skills-based programs, earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning and relevant experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. So don't forget, save now with no application fee. Classes start May 13th. Visit umgc.edu to learn more.
Yeah, AD, who has not been playing basketball in about a year, it feels like, making the rounds right now to promote his new television show, right? And he appeared on the Draymond Green podcast.
I never miss his new television
Okay, I ain't going to lie. Though Draymond was funny when they pranked him. That was funny. That was funny. They got him good because Draymond went full Draymond. He was ready to beat people up. You got me blanked up.
Yep. Choke him from behind, all that stuff.
He was about to go crazy. He thought Rudy Gobert was in there.
Facts. So he said a couple of things. One of the things he said was he wished that the Lakers would have given him some kind of heads up before they trade him to the Mavs for the Luka trade. Said, hey, I won a championship with y'all. I find out 10 minutes before it breaks. You couldn't text me. You couldn't call me before. Give me some kind of idea that my name is being tossed around. But the other thing he said, which ruffled a lot of feathers, is he talked about his exit from New Orleans. Take a listen to what AD said about how he felt disrespected when he came back into town.
Hit it.
Apparently, he said it very quietly.
Never got a tribute. Nope. Didn't get a tribute. And so like, you know how it always goes, like, you know, you get drafted to a team and then when you're done, it's like, damn, towards the end of the career, I might want to go back. I've always had that monster. Like, and I told Miss Benson when I was going to her right before the deadline to ask for a trade, I told her, look, Miss B, I want to get out of here. You know, these are the reasons, whatever. Miss B was cool. Like me and Miss B still cool to this day. And I told her, and I was like, this might not be the end though. Like, you know, later on in my career, who knows if I was to come back and we try to do something special as I'm older and a little mature, the game develop, you know, win a couple of championships, like whatever. I don't know. You know, I left that door open. And when I went back that first game and got no trip, I said, that door's closed.
Yeah.
I just, these guys are crazy. Seriously. Go ahead. You can go for it.
Well, no, I was going to say, I don't. So
he is. You can't be like you wrecked their franchise and you want a tribute.
We're
like,
on the same page with that one.
Like, what are you talking about? You wrecked their franchise. What tribute? You didn't want to be there. come back, collect your money, play the damn game, and leave. What do you want from the Pelicans? For them to throw you a party?
Yes.
And throw confetti and say how great it is you came back when you walked out on us in the family. Is that what you do when your dad leaves the family? And then you bring him back with his new family? And then throw him a party. Thank you. You remember the time you were here? We loved you so much, but you walked out on us. Dude, are you kidding me? He sounds crazy. These guys are so jaded and think that they're so special and so important and that they should be honored and celebrated when they turn their back on people and wreck and ruin franchises and general managers and their careers and coaches. You know, like the damage is unbelievable what they do when this happens, which is fine. You want to move on, but now you feel like, oh, did you hear the way he said it? Oh, but there was no tribute for me. What tribute? You didn't even win anything down there. Did you win a championship?
That's my thing right there. Is the day that, which I think will be this summer, that Giannis is traded, Giannis will get
a
one.
wings bet because that ain't happening.
No, wait. We got to officially put it on. You want to officially put it on?
Yeah, officially that ain't happening.
I want something else. Let me marinate on it. I don't want wings. I want something else. Something more fun. My point with Giannis is Giannis will have earned that. He's been an MVP. He's been a finals MVP. He won a title. He was blood, sweat, and tears. So Giannis has earned that. It might be a little friction now, and he's got to leave, and they might trade him or however it works. But the minute he comes back, he's going to get a standing ovation, a tribute video, and they love him. Anthony Davis is delusional in this one in the sense that, dude, they weren't great. They barely made the playoffs. They didn't go anywhere in the playoffs. He was incredible when he was healthy. I'll give him that. But that was it. There's nothing else. There's no MVPs. There's no deep playoff runs. Not even, let alone a title. There's no deep playoff runs. They didn't even have an identity. Like I always use the example, at least like the grit and grind. They had a name. You know, there's teams that at least maybe if they didn't win it, run TMC up in the Bay Area. They didn't have a name. They didn't have a theme. They didn't have anything. What are we tributing to? Like, yes, you were really good. We wanted to keep you around. You wanted to leave. And then to add insult to injury, you did leave, and you wouldn't want a championship. So that actually adds a little burn to the fans because you did leave us and you did go win one. So I don't get the Pelicans one at all to me. Fox Sports Radio, Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington on a Magic City Monday. We got Mark Live, former professional golfer, coming up here shortly. Talk about the Masters and what else will be coming up, and also just the latest with regard to Tiger Woods. We'll do that in just a little bit. And also, at University of Maryland Global Campus, you can choose from more than 65 graduate online degrees and certificates, including their MBA, not MBA, now with 10 specializations, no application fee through June 1st. Visit umgc.edu. All right, Rob, 877-99 on Fox. There's the idea of breaking up the Jays, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. I said no way, and they're doing that considering it for Giannis. I like what they possess. They're both young. I'm not doing it. I think you're saying no as well. Would you do it? See some teams saying, hey, we got a chance to get Giannis, one of the 2, 3, 4 best players in the league. 877-99 on Fox. Who we got?
All right, let's kick it off with Jordan in D.C. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Jordan?
Oh, hey, Rob and Kelvin. How you guys doing?
What's up, Jay? Doing well.
That's what's up. No, I think this is a crazy idea. If Tatum and Brown hadn't won the championship, I would consider it. But they're a proven duo, you know. And,
right.
And I think it's easy for us to forget about all the star duos that got together that we were all crazy over that didn't end up winning. What about Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, KD and Kyrie, Giannis and Dame Lillard? You know,
right. It ain't automatic. I agree with that.
It's not automatic. Yeah.
No, completely agree with you there, Jordan, man. Hey, you got a good thing rolling. Why stop now?
LeBron and Boobie Gibson. It didn't work out.
Shout out to Boobie. Who next?
Sorry, Boobie. I didn't mean to do that to you. Dustin in Oklahoma. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Dustin?
Hey, what's going on, man? It's actually Destin, like Destin, Florida, but it's all
Destin,
good, man.
What's
going
up?
on, fellas?
How are you, man? We appreciate you.
I'm doing great, man. Long-time listener, first-time caller. Been listening since back in the old days.
Are you
serious?
Man,
oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. A little nervous to call, to be honest with you.
Why? Come on, man. You got it. Why?
Come on.
Right, hey, bro, telling America the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, listen, you were destined for this.
That's right.
That's it. Hey, fellas, so I'm going to sound like a broken record, man. I think it's blasphemous to try to break them two up. They've accomplished more than any other duo in the league, comparable to anybody else. They're young. Yes, Jason Tatum's coming off this injury, but he's bouncing back. I think at least another year looking at him, even bringing this conversation up, I thought it was dead, to be honest with you folks.
Yeah, I just think Giannis being out there and him still being, a very good player, I think that's why, too, could he be the missing piece to take them to that next level? I don't need it.
What missing piece? They won a championship. That's the
to
thing
where
that's
they're
crazy.
in the finals every year.
Well, he's objectively better than both of them. That's why.
But they don't win. I'm just saying, they have something that works.
Listen, individual talent.
Yes.
Hear me out. Mm-hmm. No doubt, he's a force.
But that doesn't mean they're going to win.
That doesn't mean that plays well with the team to help you win.
Sure.
And I'm not saying he doesn't play well. I'm just simply saying, my theory. If you guys keep telling me it's the Eastern Conference, he's been in there for now, 12, 13 years in the Eastern Conference, whatever you want. We got one finals appearance, and he won it, but we got one. Not regularly, 2, 3, 4.
I think your idea that everybody goes to the finals every year is ridiculous. I didn't
say everybody. I'm saying the guy you tell me is the best. Show me the guy who was the best in the league who didn't. I really want you to tell me.
I don't know. What do you mean by best in the league?
There was a period where Larry Brown was the best.
The Joker went to the finals. He won. I mean, people don't go 4 years in a row.
What I'm saying is, Rob, it's fair to say.
We're still waiting for Embiid to get there, and he won an MVP. He's been a great player.
Never questioned was he the best. I'm saying Giannis to have dominated in the Eastern Conference and not dominate in the playoffs is strange. They haven't been out of the first round since 2022. They went to the finals.
But
you got the. You get what I'm saying? I'm saying I don't get how you don't get that. Anytime I name you a top 1, 2, 3 player, they've regularly had to playoffs.
Give me the names.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Larry Bird, Shaq, Kobe, LeBron. I'm Isaiah Thomas, Dr. J. Name the guys. They regularly went far in their conference or to the finals who were considered the guys.
Yeah, but you're talking about all-time great teams. That Milwaukee team is not an all-time great team. Listen to what Larry Bird had. I'm just trying to be honest with you, okay? He had Hall of Famers with him, okay? Michael Jordan had one. Michael Jordan's the greatest player, so that trumps everything. So it really doesn't matter who his teammates were, even though Scottie Pippen and Dennis Rodman and whatever. Okay. You don't have anybody on that par for Giannis. Not
so
Chris,
Damian Lillard's not on that par?
Not Chris Middleton. No, when he got there, he was hurt. He really didn't mesh, and he was there for 1 year.
Dude, you're too good to be in a conference. You can't steal me a series or two. I'm not saying he has to have rings every year. You can't steal me a series or two to be, and you're considered one of the 1, 2, 3 best players for the last decade? Stop it.
I just think your expectations are ridiculous. All right, Trucker Dom.
To get me to a couple of playoff rounds is crazy.
You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. I think he overachieved winning a championship in Milwaukee.
Then I got to scale him back on how good he is.
How are you? Trucker Dom, where are you?
Toot, toot. Well, he was on his way to Indiana the last time we talked to him.
Where are you now?
I'm actually on my way to Indiana. Yep. I'm driving through Indianapolis as we speak.
Yes.
You smell that?
Congratulations, Rob Parker. What's that?
Gary,
What's
Indiana.
That's Indiana. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I knew you were going to say that.
Hey, Trucker Don.
Congratulations, Rob, on your new HOF jacket.
No,
he's just making them up at this point.
You know what?
He's just making
Trucker
them
Don,
up.
I appreciate that. I really do. Thank you so much. It means the world to me. It really does. It does.
I'll bet. I can only imagine. Yes. I'm a legend in my own mind myself. So.
There you go.
Well, we know where you were a legend at. You told us the last time we had a conversation.
That's
Remember
right.
you told
We
us
know
that? I was like, all right, Trucker Don.
My Magic City Monday Twins.
That's right. There you go.
I would have never thought that. That one called. That's probably my top 3 moments since I've been on this show. Hearing that, I was like, wait, whoa, what?
We already know.
A couple of weeks ago, I had a brother for a barber, and he was cutting my hair. My phone rang, and it was baby mama. And he picked it up. He looked at the picture, her picture on it. He says, "Oh, 900 number for you." I said, "That's my baby mama." He says, "How the hell old are you?" I said, 67. He says, No. That is not your baby mama.
That is unbelievable.
Funny.
That is
all right, what you got for us?
As bragging as you can get. Well, first of all, nobody in their right mind gets a divorce when the good times are at hand. Nobody, and it doesn't get any better for Celtics, unless of course they go all the way to the top. This year again. But they've already far exceeded what JB could put on by himself, and he did this. This season was all him with a great supporting cast. But without Jaylen Brown, this doesn't happen. Now, to get JT back, and all of a sudden he's looking 90% of what he was before he got hurt, this is amazing.
Yeah. Exactly. So we all seem to be on one accord. Thank you, Trucker Don. Appreciate it. That is just something you don't want to break. I like his example. You don't end a marriage, when things are going blissfully. All right, Mark Lai on the other side of trending right now. He is Steve DeSafe. Getting you updated.
We'll get to baseball in just a moment because Garrett Crochet of the Red Sox just had the worst start of his career. 55 pitches, only 3 swing and misses, 10 earned runs allowed at Minnesota. Holy cow. Meanwhile, the WNBA draft has just finished the first round, and out of the 15 players selected, a record 5 from UCLA, which just won the national title, led by UCLA center Lauren Betts, going 4th overall to Washington. Now, the lefty Garrett Crochet with the Red Sox, he has a 6-year contract extension, $170 million. He's down 11-0 at Minnesota. He was out after an inning and 2/3, gave up a couple homers, 9 hits, 3 walks, 10 earned runs. Minnesota up 11-zip.
And you said an inning and what?
Inning and 2/3.
10 runs, an inning and 2/3.
55 pitches. The game's in the top of the 3rd right now. Cardinals hosting Cleveland. It's 1-1 in the bottom of the 3rd. At Atlanta, Marlins led briefly 3-0. Braves have tied it up 3-3 now, top of the 5th inning. Yankees holding on 4-3 over the Angels in the top of the 4th. Aaron Judge a long 2-run homer in the 1st. If you see Kikuchi is still in there, the Angels starter, allowing the 4 runs in 3 innings of work so far. On the mound at Pittsburgh is Paul Skeens. 6 strikeouts in 6 innings. Pirates lead Washington 5-1 in the bottom of the 6th. As the game at Baltimore is going on, Arizona keeps hitting it out. Ketel Marte had 2 solo homers, and then Nolan Arenado later in the game, 2-run shot and a 3-run shot. Diamondbacks 7-1 leaders at Baltimore in the bottom of the 6th. And there's a game on FS1 right now at Philadelphia. Phillies 10-2 over the Chicago Cubs in the bottom of the 6th. 2 early home runs from Kyle Schwarber. Coming up in an hour, the A's, who've won 5 straight, will host Texas. The late games in L.A., 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Dodgers against the Mets, who've lost 5 in a row. 10 NHL games tonight, including Jonathan Quick, who's retiring as the Rangers goalie tonight. They're at Florida. He gave up 2 early, but the Rangers have come back to tie it 2-2 against the Panthers late 2nd period. Red Wings tied 1-1 at the Lightning in the 2nd. Carolina tied 2-2 at Philadelphia late 2nd. End of 1 at Toronto. Maple Leafs 3-0 over Dallas. The NHL regular season ends this Thursday. The NBA's play-in tournament starts Tuesday. Regular season and hoops just ended on Sunday night. Of course, among the games on Tuesday and Wednesday would be Golden State at the Clippers, the late game Wednesday. Loser eliminated in that play-in. As for the other news, the New York Giants signed backup quarterback Brandon Allen, and former Arizona Cardinals coach Dave McGinnis passed away at age 74. Back to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Steve. Appreciate it. Odd Couple, Rob and Kelvin on a Magic City Monday, facing production swings or tough skills gap. Workforce solutions from Express Employment Professionals make hiring easier. Find your local office and see how Express can help you hire smarter and faster. Visit expresspros.com today. And now it is time for the Express Pro of the Week, and the Pro of the Week goes to Rory McIlroy. On Sunday, he became the first golfer since Tiger Woods to go back-to-back at Augusta. So, again, congrats to your 2026 Masters champion, Rory McIlroy, for being our Express Pro of the Week, which leads to a great conversation to have with Mark Lai, former professional golfer. Let It Fly, Flye, on X. Mark, what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm just dealing with this Masters hangover, which I'm sure everybody has.
Yeah, well, I don't think you are or anyone is as much as Rory is. It kind of was a roller coaster ride for him up 6.
It was supposed to be a blowout. Wow. What happened?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think golf got in the way. You know, it's a great game played on paper, but you have to hit the shots. And, man, his lead was gone in no time, wasn't it? But he made it interesting. He played the best of anybody on that back nine, so I guess he's entitled to it. But I was actually hoping somebody else would get in there, like Justin Rose. He was my pick.
Yeah, he was right there. He was right there as well. Tell me a little bit about Rory. Just kind of, we were talking about it a little bit on, I believe it was Friday. Just to tell me more about his last 10, 12 years. He starts off hot. He's got 4, majors, and then all of a sudden kind of goes on a 10-year slump, if you will, in that regard, winning the majors. Now back-to-back Masters. What's it been like for him? He came in hot. Is going to new a young star, and it's kind of been up and down. But overall, where do you kind of tell the story of him thus far?
Well, there have always been any of the greatest players in the world have had these dry spells. I mean, Jack Nicklaus had a long dry spell. So did Tiger Woods, and I just think it's the nature of the beast where, to play at that level for a long time. And even when he wasn't at his former self, when he was winning majors, he was still winning big tournaments. He was, winning the FedEx Cup and the Tour Championship and other events. But you got to think somebody with Rory's immense talent would be, past the 6 majors that he has right now. I think he's just right around 37 now. So, as you stay out there are more great players coming out every day, like Cameron Young, who I thought, might just squeak in there this last time. It looked really good for him on Saturday, but not so good on Sunday. That's Augusta.
Yeah, he was right there as well.
Well, you mentioned Tiger Woods and his drought, but just Tiger Woods and obviously right before the Masters, are you seeing him in the situation that he's in again? And obviously this is not a first time for him. And you hear people talk about him, and we also have talked about on this show. And people say, he's selfish and dangerous and, getting behind the wheel, and this has happened before. But there's always like a little what do we call it? A
little hesitation, a little reserve to really go there.
Because Tiger has been so big to golf, and everybody knows it and what he's done to the game, and people started getting paid big time when Tiger arrived. So there's a soft spot for him. Isn't that true?
Yeah, they kind of make excuses for him because he's basically the voice of the PGA Tour. Yep. He's the poster child, and, they pay him good money for being Tiger Woods, even though he doesn't play in enough tournaments or any tournaments these days. But I think, they could have nipped this in the bud. They have to make an example out of these guys, and I know they made an example out of Dustin Johnson. Dustin Johnson had a strange substance in his bloodstream. Guess what? 6 months, gone.
Right.
And they kept it nice and quiet, and then they also suspended Vijay Singh.
Yeah.
He was using deer antler spray, of all things. I mean, it's right there with horse piss, isn't it?
Wow.
I mean, I don't get that. But anyway, everyone's, has their little droughts, and I guess Tiger, I just think they needed to hold him accountable maybe the first time he did this. And I can't go far back enough. Was it 2017? Was it 2021? After the LA Open, where he just, lost his genesis around the corner going at 90 miles an hour. So, guys, I think if they had nailed him earlier, maybe we wouldn't be dealing with this again. It's not like we're dealing with it. It's Tiger that's dealing with it.
Well, you mentioned it.
Well, at least we know he called the president. That's the least we know.
That is true. President on line one.
If I was a cop, I would have said president of who? Target? Who are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about?
President of State Farm, the
Right.
insurance company you just called?
President of Genesis, no, he was in a Range Rover this time. So
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe he was calling those guys at Tata Motors.
Right.
Who knows?
That's crazy.
He is Mark Live, former professional golfer, on with the odd couple, Rob and Kelvin, on a Magic City Monday. Let me ask you this. You played the sport. We watch it. Right now, Rob and I have, we've got MLB all over. We've talked postseason NBA. We even got the WNBA draft going on. My point is, these are team sports.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't do that. Don't do that to the ladies.
Okay.
This is their big moment.
All
Rob.
right, go ahead.
We got these team sports where, hey, I'm off tonight. I'm Shohei Ohtani, not hitting well in the postseason. Thankfully, I got incredible Dodgers. Hey, I'm, Luka, and I'm off tonight. LeBron's going crazy. In golf, if you get the yips, if you will, if you're in your own head, I mean, what's it like just being a solo sport out there when it matters most in these big tournaments and big majors?
Well, the whole thing is, golf is going to put you down. I mean, if you don't win for a while, you wonder if you're ever going to win again. Just look at what Anthony Kim has done. You guys know the Anthony Kim story, right?
No, I'm not too familiar. You mean the guy that was using that had some issues, we'll say?
He had some issues.
Yeah.
He basically bought his career out for like $10 million, blew that, hasn't played any golf. He got signed by Liv and won a tournament worth $4 or $5 million in his pocket. And he was dead and dusted. So that's what golf brings. Even though you might have an occasional drought or something, we're just looking at guys all the time. This guy lost all of his money. That was Henrik Stenson. He lost everything. He came back and he won the Tour Championship the next year. So, and we look at what Tiger did. I mean, he basically won the Masters. It was a total miracle how he did that. And so that's why I think people, kind of look towards golf as being unpredictable. I mean, seriously, guys, you can be dead one day and then alive the next. So that's why Tiger, he's got some 9 lives. Maybe he comes back. Who knows about this? If he comes back out of this drug rehab hole, then, hey, there's no telling what he could do from here on, even on the Champions Tour.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Only the pushback I would have on that is the physical. Like his body's been beat down the last 15 years or so. I mean, I don't.
You're right.
Yeah, physically, I just don't know if he can bear it anymore, Mark.
Nope.
Hey, I appreciate. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
On occasion, he can, and on the Champions Tour, they allow him to take carts.
That's a good point.
That's where he's got a shot.
Good point. I know. Listen. He's that guy. He can have something magical, but I know physically he's been through so much. But he's got to get through this mental health, and addiction portion of this. Hey, Mark, appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you.
Anytime, guys. Have a great week.
All right, no doubt. On the way, something happened historic in the NBA, but not in a good way. We'll tell you what it is next. It's the Odd Couple on a Magic City Monday, Fox Sports Radio.
All signs point to Rory McIlroy going back-to-back at Augusta.
Back-to-back. Rob, you'll appreciate this. Rob Parker, that is. I think there's a larger conversation than just Rory, and it involves Tiger Woods, your guy, because this is good for golf in the sense that, listen, we talk about it all the time. There's been that Tiger void, right? There's been that, something just isn't right ever since he was out. And then when he came back, obviously won back in 2019, and he's been around golf now for a handful of years, whether it's the TGL or just popping up more often. We see him more often. He's always great for it. But I think this is a good thing for golf because they've had that. Is it Jordan Spieth? Is it Fowler? They couldn't find that guy to kind of take the mantle and run with it. And we thought early on, decade or so, a little over that it would be Rory. Rory had a chance to do this. He won 4 majors early. So he's on a Tiger-esque type of run where you're like, all right, this might be the guy that golf can lean on a little bit. And it ended up not happening for him. He won a couple of tournaments here and there, but he didn't win another major for 10 years, of course, until he won the Masters last year. So he broke through with the Masters. And to me, this is one of those things where it can't just be about winning. And we talk about this all the time in sports. It's not just about winning, right? You can be SGA, be the current MVP, current finals MVP, the Thunder kicking butt. He might win again, but he hasn't quite resonated as that superstar of the NBA. There were times Tim Duncan walked away with 5 rings, but he wasn't that superstar of the NBA. And it happens all the time in sports. And it's not just about being dominant, right? Scottie Scheffler's been incredible the last couple of years. He's on a Tiger-esque type of run as far as his winning. But he don't even sound like he wants to be there. I don't even know if he's built for this. We talk about it all the time. He wants to spend time with his family. That's more of a priority, which I'm not mad at. But he doesn't have this spirit that sounds like I'll take the mantle, I'll take the baton, put it all on me. So I think this is something for golf. If they can get a guy like Rory, who's got a name, who's gone up against Liv, who's talked smack, gets into it with reporters, kind of has a prickly personality, but also has a funny one at times, and also is playing some great golf. This can be good to kind of maybe sort of, no one will ever be Tiger. Duh, that's like Michael Jordan. But maybe have a guy that's constant, that's winning, that has a personality, that doesn't mind doing media, and doesn't mind kind of taking the mantle and taking the baton and running. And maybe, just maybe, golf can have a guy again. Nobody will be Tiger. That's a once in every 50, 60 year kind of thing. But maybe you have a guy that resonates throughout the sports world just a little bit. So I think they should be happy that they got a guy like Rory that's on pace right now, 12 under, that could possibly win back-to-back Masters.
Disagree. I don't think. I think that's their issue, is that Tiger had cast such a long shadow, even when he wasn't competitive, even when he wasn't playing. No one is ever going to be able to do that, and golf will slip back to where it's always been, which is a niche sport for mostly older guys who spend time on a golf course, businessmen, whatever. It'll go back to that. It'll never be what it was under Tiger. Tiger was totally different, and you could hope that Rory and somebody else will show up and do what he did for golf. I don't believe it under any circumstance.
No, nobody gonna be Tiger.
No, but I'm just saying it's going to slip back. So him winning 2 Masters. I mean, I get it. There's some people who will be like, oh, okay, Rory, and if you're into golf. But the masses, like this being on their radar screen when Tiger was able to play and Tiger was involved, and even, like I said, when he wasn't even a star anymore or wasn't really up to winning stuff, majors or whatever, he still got top billing. This is years after. You know what I mean? Because that's how big he was, bigger than golf. And I don't know if just golf itself, even what they've been trying to get people and push people out there to try to get the same. I don't know what the numbers are. I'm sure they're what the Masters normally are. Not that they're going to like fall off the map, but they won't be Tiger numbers. Tiger did, the numbers were ridiculous.
No, astronomical. That's why I said that's a once in a 50, 60 year thing. Let me ask you this though. And Rob G, jump in on this too. Is it just race? Meaning, does the next black golfer that's really good?
I don't think it's race at all.
That's what I'm asking. So
it's just how
if I'm sitting down with you, I'm running golf, I'm PGA. So there, that's what I'm saying. So is it simply greatness? Meaning, what if Rory goes on a greatness run? Can that do it?
Good luck. I just don't think anybody's going to put on that kind of run where he was on pace, to catch Jack. I mean, seriously, like nobody else was even close to that forever in golf. And he came on the scene, destroyed, right, when he won the Masters. What was that, 1997? Destroyed the course.
Mm-hmm. You don't act like this ain't your jam. Fox Sports Radio. Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington. Rob G, you all right? You look a little tired today, bro. You all right in there, man?
I burned the whole roof of my mouth and I can't talk.
Oh, what, that soup? Oh, you had it in
Yeah.
there too long. Nah, that's the worst.
It hurts.
Yeah. Go get some ice. Get some Miss Mary Mac. When we get this segment rolling, go get. Can you take care of your brother for once? All you gotta do is argue and yell at each other.
I am not my brother's keeper, unfortunately.
That was quick. You was quick on your toes. All right, couple Rob and Kelvin. Big shout out to Mark Lai. Thank you for joining us moments ago. Rob G, get that up on the pod. For over 40 years, Tire Rack's been helping customers find the right tires for how, for what, and for where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection. With convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. That's right. They're mobile, they're quick, they're nimble, they'll come to you. TireRack.com, it is the way tire buying should be. All right. We talked about this a little bit as the news was kind of breaking, I don't know, a handful of weeks ago, Rob, that the NBA is looking to expand and bring in a couple more teams, possibly Vegas, possibly Seattle. And then they get the report today that this is the first time they had some history. 8 teams have lost 55 games or more.
You mean have won? Is it
Have
one or lost?
Lost. 55. That's exactly how your brain can't make sense.
I know
of
I
that.
can. Now that I just thought about it.
55 losses. We talked about tanking. We've talked about how bad it is for some teams and how they don't look, and how we talked about even from a fan perspective. You go to a game and you know who's playing or how bad these teams look, yet you can't get your money back. You got 8 teams with 55 losses, Rob. That's crazy. Not, the 32 and 50. 55 or more is absolutely ridiculous. And now they're talking about that expansion. And to me, you already see your teams are struggling enough to have enough bodies to really compete, have enough quality guys to really compete and be a viable franchise. Now you're looking to add 2 more, which means what? We're going to need another 15 players minimum, you know what I mean, to have filled up a roster?
But you already don't have enough in the NBA as is.
Yeah, so I'm just blown away by that. That
They don't care about the quality. The money is just so big what people will pay for the expansion fee. And remember, the players don't share in that. That's split amongst the owners. So that they don't care. They see an opportunity to add 2 new teams at record amounts of money, gobs of free money.
That they all go straight to the owners.
Yep, straight to the owners. And I've always been one. I know it'll never happen. I'm not just talking just to be talking, but I think it's the exact opposite. I think all the leagues should cut down to 24 teams. Take those players off the bad 6 teams. And then you take 2 or 3 of those guys, your top 2 or 3, add those to the other teams, and you have an unbelievable league. That's what it used to be like.
Yeah, it was. And I mean, people, I think it's funny. You mentioned that. A lot of people don't either remember, weren't around, not their fault. That, you obviously, you're born, but they didn't know. What I mean by that is, like, he couldn't change it, but Bill Russell was playing when there was only 8 teams.
Right.
And he's dominating the 8 teams, but it's partly what we're talking about where the Celtics had all the talent. So they had all the talent of these 8 teams.
Back in those days, I bring it up all the time. The same teams won. There was no free agency so the Celtics won all the time, the Yankees won all the time, the Montreal Canadiens won all the time, and the Green Bay Packers.
Those were your winners.
Those were your winners.
Because you had the best guys who weren't going anywhere. They were happy. They were stars in the whole town. And so, absolutely. Now that's what I'm saying of, like, to your point, we went from 8 to 12 to 16, 24. Now to go from 30 in the NBA to 32, it's just a bit much. They're not going backwards because what we know rich people love is more money.
Right.
And now you can tell them.
Rather than saying, hey, yeah, let's make the league better, let's eliminate some of these cities that really can't support a team and make the league stronger and have the best 24 teams, which just makes sense. And I don't understand why you just keep watering it down, because they think it never will come to an end. You know what I mean?
That is true. But listen.
I know.
Baseball had a moment. Boxing, we know, has not been the same since. Like, it happens. And we talk about the NBA. The NBA almost went away.
Even the NFL, people before fantasy football, people don't remember that Monday Night Raw used to beat the NFL on TV ratings. Go look it up.
Yeah.
That the NFL went to Vince McMahon and offered him money to move Monday Night Raw off of Monday night.
Hey, Monday Night was doing it like that? Dang.
Yeah, people forget Monday Night Football used to be on ABC.
It was.
And the ratings weren't that good, so they moved it to ESPN. Like, it wasn't moved for no reason. It was moved. And everybody didn't have cable compared to ABC, right?
That's
you want
true.
it on the network.
That's true.
That people don't remember that. That's what happened.
Yeah, I just think the NBA, like, good luck. Love the sport, love the league, but man, he just expanded, and we just have, for the record again, was it 8 teams with 55 losses? Rob, that's crazy. 8, not a bad 2 or 3 in each conference. 8 with 55 losses or more is absolutely ridiculous. Something magical happened 10 years ago from today. We'll tell you what it was.
We are Fox Sports.
It's the Odd Couple. You know what time it is. It's your boys.
Let's get it. The Odd Couple is fun.
Check.
And informative.
Check.
What's up, America? You want to talk sports with 1.5 of the best-looking guys in the game?
That game was incredible.
You are wrong. You'll be king of the water cooler.
What's it like working with Rob? Rob in his mind is like Chris Rock mixed with Richard Pryor, so I'm running out of fake laughs. Ha ha, Rob. Rob is very passionate.
Son, you ain't ready for this. Well, I don't have BS in my game. I'm straightforward. I'm honest. You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. And, of course, it doesn't hurt that I'm right most of the time. Kelvin is the nice guy, wants to make everybody feel warm and fuzzy.
You done? Let me tell you the truth. I bring the energy, a youthful energy. Rob's not gonna see this, is he? And I bring an honest opinion.
Michael Jordan, I can't take it anymore. I need a break. I'm gonna go play baseball.
Trash Talking Tuesday is the best.
It's a great opportunity for folks to call in and they get to trash whomever.
Who you trashing, Roger?
I'm trashing LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay.
They can't even hold Wilt Chamberlain's shoes.
Stop talking about the king like that. It's a new era. Let LeBron be the best, please.
I only recognize one king in the United States, and that's Burger King. The connection with the Odd Couple audience is incredible. We really invite them in.
And they can relate, whether it be things about our own personal lives or our takes on sports.
Love you guys. You guys are killing it. Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with your boys.
They feel like it's just my guys, just my friends, and they join right in on the show.
We talk with the listeners, not at them.
Obviously, you can listen to us live, but you can still check out the podcast. You can check out our YouTube. You can check us out on social media. So in any way you want to get it, you can get it.
Yes.
There's some yelling. It is some hot takes. It's a whole lot of fun. I'll give you that.
It is fun. I agree. Begrudgingly.
The Odd Couple.
Sports talk that's too good and too fun.
In Major League Baseball today at Seattle, the Mariners got 2 home runs from Josh Naylor and 5 RBIs in a win over Houston 6-2. The Stros have lost 8 straight. At Baltimore tonight, the Orioles trailed Arizona 7-1 in the 6th inning. Baltimore now leads 8-7 in the bottom of the 7th. On FS1 at Philadelphia, it's 13-2. Phillies over the Cubs, bottom of the 7th. Kyle Schwarber, 2 early homers. Pirates now lead 15-5 against Washington in the top of the 7th. Pittsburgh starter Paul Skeens went 6 innings, 1 run allowed, 6 strikeouts. The Angels, down 4-0 early, have tied at 4-4 at the Yankees, bottom of the 5th. Aaron Judge, an early 2-run homer for New York. Marlins lead at Atlanta 7-4 in the 6th inning. The Twins are ahead of Boston and Garrett Crochet 11-3 at the end of 4. The late game in an hour has the Mets at the Dodgers. I'm Steve DeSager.
I've been covering this league since 1987.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Hour number 3 on this Magic City Monday. It is the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington. And don't forget to check out our YouTube channel. A lot of people have signed up, subscribe. You need to do the same thing. Just search Odd Couple on YouTube. That's Odd Couple FSR on YouTube. And hit that subscribe button. You got to make it happen. A lot of stuff to finish up hour number 3, including last call, your chance to get in case you couldn't get in earlier in the show. Now, I just saw this at the last thing for last call.
Yeah, what's that?
The shingles thing? He has shingles?
Oh, dude, he's put on a lot of weight. Remember how thin he was?
Right.
Because of the medication he's been taking. He's been taking so much, trying to get this thing right. Talk about Tyrese Halliburton, by the way. Yeah, he's had it for 2 months. He's
2 months?
Yeah, shingles is really bad. My wife used to work in that division of like what they call it, vaccine and all that stuff, and shingles is really bad. So many people have the virus in you just don't know. So like if you had our era,
but it's usually older people.
True.
If you've had
correct,
like
60
after,
and up,
right? Like usually. David Letterman was off TV for a long.
Yeah.
He had it.
Yeah,
you remember
shingles,
that when he didn't do the show?
Mm-hmm. Shingles is really, for those who don't know, because a lot of people are younger where chickenpox wasn't really a thing for them. If you had the chickenpox virus in you, which most people probably 32, 3, 4 and up, you know what I mean? Because it was that era. Yeah, shingles. So he's got shingles
I
bad.
didn't know he had it for 2 months.
Yeah, 2 months. He's put on weight. His skin is kind of jacked up. Yeah, he's been going through it. And so he just kind of publicly broke it all down at the end of the season. Like, how you been? How you feeling?
Right.
What you going through? And he was like,
it's been tough.
It's been tough. And he said, and the worst part about it, I know we maybe,
we'll
kind of hitting it now, but I'll say the worst part about it. But yeah, man. So Tyrese Halliburton, man, definitely prayers up for him. He's going through it.
Absolutely. Prayers, no doubt. All right. Hey, Rob G., it's an anniversary of some sorts, right?
Tomorrow will come and go. Sorry. Shout out to Tony, Mary Mac.
Shout out Tony. Yes, it is the 10-year anniversary of Kobe Bryant's final game in the NBA. You remember. Dropped a 60 ball.
That's right. 70 shots to make 60 points.
Hey.
Sorry about
22 of 50 shooting to help the Lakers beat the Jazz 101-96 at the end of a franchise-worst 17-65 regular season.
Stay focused, Rob G. That ain't the point.
No.
Nobody cares. All they remember is Kobe turned into the Black Mamba for one night and one night only. Went out like a champion.
That was so bad.
And I'm sure, Rob, you can appreciate
you are thrilled
what kind of performance Kobe put on there in his finale.
Yeah. I was there. It was lit, by the way. It was lit.
Come on, 50 shots to get 60 points. That's not impressive.
He was 50 years old. What did you want from him?
That was bad. That was the best.
Look at me in my eye as you put your glasses on. There's no way you can poo-poo that moment.
No, it just like if he had like a day for the ages and like dialed it up for one night, like when you really just think about it.
Okay.
50 shots for 60 points is crazy. Right? If he just takes all twos, he had to try that 100 shots, right? We're not talking about free throws. Got 60 points from 50 shots.
You're leaving out so much
impressive.
context.
Not impressive.
The context you're leaving out is, one, the man had been injured for like 4 years in a row. The team was bad. He was going this was the end. Two, you're leaving out.
Should have gone out with a whimper.
You were leaving out what made that game lit, Rob G, as I was there, is he was missing shots, and it would start to get embarrassing in the beginning. You're like, oh my gosh, is this how he's going to go out, right? Is he going to go out?
Like everybody else.
You're like
when
5
you're
for
old,
30, and you're nervous. And he's starting off bad. The crowd's groaning. Everybody's there. All his old teammates and celebrity. Everybody's like, oh, every shot, oh. And you're like, oh my gosh, this is embarrassing. And then he gets one to go, gets another go. And then he just goes full Kobe. And that's what made it crazy.
Kobe.
And what made it great was, at that point, he went peak 2006-ish, Rob G. Or I don't give a dang who else. Chris Mims, Smush Parker, Robert Sacre. I'm socking these shots right now. And that's what made it great was there was no more, let's play the right way, let's run the triangle. I'm jacking all these shots, and he went peak Kobe being Kobe. And it was just fun to be there. And at a certain point, he was going crazy. Now, do I believe Gordon Hayward and the Utah Jazz are playing 100% of their best defense? No. Probably a light 75-80. But dang it was fun to be there. And I wasn't the biggest, like, Kobe taking bad shot guys throughout his career, but it was absolutely a spectacle. And lastly, it was great to see Kobe go out Kobe. Like, it would be like if Magic Johnson got to play one more game in his prime and towards the end, and he had 30 assists. You would say, man, that's Magic going out the most Magic Johnson way. Or Steph Curry going out with 15 threes in a game. You would say that's the most Steph Curry. Or Shaq bringing down a rim one more time. Man, Shaq went out the most Shaquille O'Neal way. And I think that's what also made it great was Kobe just went out full Kobe. Guns blazing, blinders on, I don't care who's open, triple team, I'm shooting these shots. And it was fun to be a part of. It was a spectacle pregame. They had like a circus going down. What's that Chick Hearn court, I believe it is? Yeah, it was a lot, man. It was awesome to see. So it was just fun, man. It was absolutely one of the best sporting events I've been to. I haven't been to as many as you, but that's up there. That was one of those ones. It was just a great atmosphere to be at.
Yeah,
and you poo-poo that.
I'm poo-pooing it. I just because like if it was like I would have rather him had like a regular 40-point game, but not 50 shots for 60 points. It just seemed like it was
remembers
forced.
that, Rob. Just remember he hit the 60 piece.
I remember the 50 shots. What was it, Rob G? 22 for
50. Ain't that bad, actually.
22 for 50. The rest
Almost
of the
50%.
Lakers went 19 for 35.
Unbelievable.
Kobe went 6 for 21 from deep. The rest of the team went 0 for 4.
Don't tell Rob that, Rob.
Kobe went 10 of 12 from the free throw line. The rest of the team went 3 for 3.
He shot 21 threes?
21.
21 threes to get
These shots ain't going to shoot themselves,
They're
Rob.
not going to shoot themselves, Rob. Who was on the team that year?
Would you have rather had Roy Hibbert get shots?
No, Smush
Ain't no way,
Parker, my
Roy
cousin. Can Smush?
Let me tell
Tariq
you.
Black.
Was he on the team still?
Marcelo
Tariq Black.
Huertas.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Larry Nance Jr.
Ooh.
Jordan Clarkson.
Ended up being solid.
D'Angelo Russell.
Ended up being solid.
Take his phone away. The best player on that team other than Kobe was Julius Randle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ended up being a good, really
He
good
only
player.
got 4 shots that game.
When I think of like great endings to people's career, that's just I'm going to say, and I don't know what his numbers are, but I think he went out the right way.
Who that?
John Elway.
Well, yeah.
John Elway won 2 Super Bowls,
His
and they
team was really good.
But they wanted him to come back, and he remember that they wanted him to run it back. Like, can you come back one more? And he was like,
I'm good.
Bro,
he jumped in the air and went through that helicopter tackle when toward trying to get in the end zone.
But I'm just saying, like, I think he was smart in the whole idea. Jordan had that chance to go out, which was great.
Yeah. What was the Wizards? Somebody explain it to me again like a child. Why did he come back for the Wizards, Rob G?
They offered. Go ahead.
Well, just quickly, John Elway, you asked for the stats.
Yeah,
Rob.
what are the stats? Yeah.
18 of 29, 336, 1 touchdown,
Whoa.
1 pick, plus a rushing touchdown, en route to winning Super Bowl.
He
MVP.
threw 336? Dang. John?
That's way better than I thought.
Yeah, I'm being dead serious. I thought
he
it was like
had
230.
336 yards. Really?
2 total touchdowns, 1 pick, Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah, and that's
Dang,
what I'm
he went
saying. Now that's the way to go out. Am I right?
Dang,
Now, I'm just
okay, Elway.
That and people were trying to get him to come back. He was like, no.
You see why he has something still left in the tank.
Well, but that's the point though, is that you'd rather go out to me on that high note. And Michael Jordan could have done it. He didn't. He came back with the Wizards. They offered him Rob G a part of the team, right? I get it. Like somebody's offering you a part of a team, so you're enticed to go back. But he never should have worn a Wizards uniform.
You go back to the Bulls or something.
Right. It should have never been that. I'm trying to think. Rob G.
Well,
you have anybody
Jerome
else? Jerome Bettis, who wins the Super Bowl
in Detroit, where he's from.
Even though Ben Roethlisberger never got into the end zone. I covered that Super Bowl in Detroit. He didn't. You remember that, right? Against Seattle.
I don't remember that. What happened again? He ran it?
Yeah, he got stopped at the 1 yard.
But they said it was in?
He did.
Did we have a review then or no?
He did not know. He didn't get in.
I don't remember that. Who else went out?
Strahan.
Yeah, that's a good example.
Strahan went out with the Super Bowl.
You could argue he's had a better career than
Rob's favorite team, the New England Patriots.
Yeah, that's a good one. Strahan did that.
Strahan.
Yeah, Strahan.
Who else did this? What others? Let me think of some
I
other
mean,
sports.
you're more likely to find it in football because, there's a finite, you're only playing 16 games. It's pretty straightforward when you're going to go out. With basketball, how many basketball players end on a positive note?
Tim Duncan.
How?
Didn't he end on a positive? Didn't he win? Win?
They didn't win? No.
I thought he went with the Heat and then dipped out.
No, he was still
played
there.
after that.
Oh. Well, then he was still good enough.
Shaq played for Rainbow Rookie teams.
Shaq got crazy with it.
Shaq played for like 6 teams after
Shaq
that.
got
That was
crazy.
bad.
Karl Malone's knee busted up before he played the Pistons.
Don't
Kareem
make
made it
excuse
to
for
the finals.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, that's granted, he played 72 years.
But I'm trying. Okay.
Who was my
Derek
missing?
Jeter didn't end with a World
Derek
Series,
Jeter.
right? He didn't end that year when he left, but he played 20 years.
3,000 hit, wasn't it a home run?
Yeah, I covered that game.
He got to relax.
That was against David. It was against David Price.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
At Yankee Stadium
MLB,
on a
bro.
beautiful day. Yes, David Price.
Yeah, Derek Jeter has got to relax because he has too many iconic clutch moments. Like, he waited. He was really good at that. Like, what's tonight? Okay, cool. I'm doing. You know who else does that? Shohei does it. It's my Bible night. I'm going to give you 3 home runs tonight.
He also had the first home run in November to win a game, playoff game.
That's what I mean. He finds those nice
World
moments.
Series game, Mr. November. The backflip, at home plate against the A's. We know that. The one where he dove head first into the stands, came out bloody, he busted his nose on the railing.
Listen, he might not have been quite as talented as some of the other shortstops of his there, but
people say that, he never won an MVP. Man, he was a shortstop, and you know what I mean?
He was insane.
Yeah.
Let's not act like when it mattered most. I can't ever front on that. What's your question, Ryan?
All right, here's another question. This one could be either great or terrible, depending on your perspective.
Okay.
Peyton Manning. He won the Super Bowl.
You never have hit it so perfect on the nose. That is great and terrible.
Bowl, and he played just below mid, whatever mid is, and he's not terrible. He's like
he had very little to do with that Super
He was
Bowl.
bad.
Very little.
That was
he was benched earlier in the season, right?
He made one good throw in that game.
Yep, and that was about Cam Newton, and that was about their defense.
Not jumping on
Von
the
Miller,
right? Yeah.
DeMarcus Ware.
Oh, the defense was insane.
It was insane. I mean, it really was. And they were – and then, of course, when Cam didn't die for that loose ball, and then that was kind of sealed it. But what did Peyton Manning have, 150 yards?
You might be
like
giving
130?
him some. You might be giving him some.
I think you're giving him more than that.
Really?
He might have had
it's over 100. It's over 100.
He might have had $110 on him.
Oh, God. I know he had an interception.
Yeah, he's looking it up.
Did he have a passing touchdown? I don't know if he did.
Well, I'm trying to think if there's an NBA guy who went out on a nice high. What did Ray Allen do? Did he come back multiple more times? I don't remember Ray Allen doing it.
So Peyton Manning, 13 of 23, 141, no touchdowns, one pick.
And
was sacked 5 times.
No touchdowns at one pick?
That's Tom Brady numbers, Rob.
Those are Brady numbers. But Brady gets credit for winning. Like when they won that Super Bowl against the Rams, Tom Brady, go look up his stats. Right after that game, that was the terrible Super Bowl. You remember that? What was the score? What was that? 10-3?
10-3 or something like 13-3 or something.
13-3. Yeah. And in that game, Tom Brady, I can remember it. He had no touchdowns, 1 pick. He had a fumble. And I'm going to say, Rob G, I'm going to guess at the stats. I'm going to say he had 135 yards. I mean, it was a bad game.
Not quite as bad as you remember.
No touchdowns.
Correct, but 262 yards.
Okay, that I don't remember.
Yeah,
Maybe
he
it was
had
at
one
the end,
interception, 262.
and one fumble. But
Well, he
I think
recovered the fumble. And I shortchanged Peyton Manning. He also lost a fumble in that game.
Did he?
2 turnovers, no touchdowns.
That's crazy.
But the Broncos defense forced
What was the
4
final
turnovers.
score of that game?
24-10.
Yes.
Yeah, that defense was insane. Listen, I don't know if there's a sport more where we can say defense wins championships. Like when you get a great defense, we've seen what it can do in the NFL. It becomes laughable. Like you make this past year, the Seahawks. I mean, Drake May, MVP, he should be, and they look terrible.
He was the MVP.
And
Should have been.
there you go. And then against the didn't even do anything against the Broncos. Almost lost to Stidham. Like a great defense is just we know with some of the worst Super Bowls you ever saw is because or best depending on how you view it. The Buccaneers, we saw the '85 Bears. We know the Ravens have done. Like when you have an insane deep, even like we mentioned, it ain't so. I mean, Eli made a couple of great throws for sure, but that front seven of those Giants teams were insane as well.
And quickly, Rob, you mentioned Derek Jeter. He actually, in his final home game, had a walk-off hit.
That's right.
That's what I'm saying. He's insane.
You know what? You're right.
He's insane.
Ted Williams hit a home run in his final at-bat at Fenway.
That's pretty good,
That's
too.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
It ain't 60 points in the last game when the Lakers win over the
I
vaunted
can't
Utah
believe
Jazz.
you poo-pooed that.
I'm poo-pooing
over
that
Gordon Hayward.
all day.
No, nobody remember that he took 21 threes. That's crazy.
All right.
That is crazy, Rob G.
877-99 on Fox. Was Kobe's final game great or not?
Absolutely.
Kelvin says yes.
Absolutely. It was historic. I was
say
glad
no.
to be there.
60 points on 90 shots. I don't think that was great. Oh, okay. Maybe
Just
I'm
adding shots every
This was
time.
a whole cool 40.
Maybe it was
50 minus
shots.
the 40.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got you.
And which athlete had the best and worst final games of their career? We want to hear from you. Get involved in this. 877-99 on Fox. It is The Odd Couple, where we deliver insight, not noise, right here on Fox Sports Radio. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington. Stick and stay.
Unless you don't live the Black Mamba way in the U.S. of A.
Yeah, the war on football continues, just in a different way. The DOJ has begun an investigation into whether or not the NFL has violated anti-competitive practices with its TV contracts because they require consumers to also pay subscription costs to watch some games. A government official told ABC News, quote, "This is about affordability and creating an even playing field for providers." Now, as you guys know, the NFL currently has TV deals with ESPN, ABC, NBC Sports, CBS Sports, Prime Video, and Netflix. That's not counting the games that are also on Peacock exclusively or ESPN Plus exclusively. Now, guys, we talked about this last season before the season even started. To watch every game in the NFL season for 2025, you would have had to have gotten at least a half a dozen streaming services and YouTube TV if you didn't have a local cable provider. Now, there's conflicting reports on how much it would have cost. Some saying it could have cost you up to $1,500 to watch every game. USA Today said, no, if you do this deal and you manipulate this and you get certain,
that tells you I ain't watching. I'm not going to pay all that money. I'm straight up.
You could get it for as low as, if you know how to work the system, $650.
All right, I got two things, and I'm just going to be blunt about it. The DOJ, right?
Mm-hmm.
They should be going after a professional sports league. But it shouldn't be the NFL first on the list.
Who should it be?
And so if they're serious, and this is not a revenge tour by the president, because they turned him down. You remember he tried to buy the Buffalo Bills, and they wanted. They were like, they didn't even entertain him. They were like, no, you can't have a team. So if this is not a revenge tour, and this is not the DOJ, like trying to get at the NFL for the past, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then the league that the DOJ should be going after is the NBA. That is the league that should be investigated when it comes to customers and not doing right by their customers, and because they have a lot of it. They also have the streaming platforms, but what they also have that's worse is the idea of bait and switch, false advertising, and selling a product, right, that doesn't always deliver. We got a national game tonight, don't we, Rob G? And who's not playing tonight?
That would be Steph Curry against the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And we just have it. We're basketball fans. How many nights do we go,
well, I think we're looking at one now. Aren't we with Jaylen Brown out?
Jaylen Brown's out.
Yeah, the Celtics Knicks.
Just every night. Every night. Oh, yeah, we can't wait to watch this. I mean, like, seriously. It's unfair to customers. You can do that. You want to take a night off and he's healthy, a healthy scratch? You can do that. Give me my money back. Let me turn in my tickets for another day. That's what the government should be looking at and demanding from the NBA. I can't pay $500 for me and my kid to go to the game. If I'm a Knicks fan, right, and I'm a Boston fan, and I'm in New York, right? I live in New York and work there. My kid, and I go to see Jaylen Brown tonight, and he's healthy, but they're not playing him tonight. I don't know if he's hurt or not. Is he hurt, Rob G? Jaylen Brown? I know they say he's hurt, but you know
like
what I mean.
Real hurt.
Like real hurt.
Yeah.
It's not fair. I just shelled out $1,000 for me and a kid to go watch the game. What do? The NBA sells what? Individual stars. Come see LeBron James. Come see Luka. Come see SGA. And then you go, come see Steph. And then you go, they're not playing. They're not hurt. We understand in sports. Some nights people are going to be hurt. The biggest stars in baseball, you want to look up how many games Shohei and Aaron Judge played? How many games do you think they missed last year total? 162 games. They probably missed a total of 10 together. Mm-hmm. They play every night. They are the stars that people want to see. Shohei, can you imagine him going to some town and not playing?
Well,
and people can understand if he takes 5 or 6 games off a year, right? A blow, or they got a day off or whatever and decide. That's what they should be investigating. And now the NBA, all their games, I don't know where their games are. Most of them are on streaming, right? You got to pay. You got to be a Prime member. You got to do this. You got to subscribe to that. So for them to go after the NFL first, and I'm not saying the NFL's not without something.
Yeah.
The NBA, to me, should be in the crosshairs of the DOJ.
Fox Sports Radio, Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, Magic City, Monday, last call coming up here in a little bit. Also got to talk about Doc Rivers what's been happening there in Milwaukee. We'll do that in just a bit as well. At University of Maryland Global Campus, you can choose from more than 65 graduate online degrees and certificates, including their MBA program, now with 10 specializations. No application fee through June 1st. Visit umgc.edu.
Did you see their Coachella set?
No, Swaley. No. Good?
Dude, insane.
I could imagine.
Insane.
They thought they would be like a one hit. They stuck around.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I was
insane.
No doubt. All right. Kobe Bryant, 10 years today, his last game against the Utah Jazz at Staples Center. Then 60-point piece. Rob poo-poos it, not impressed. Took 50 shots to get it. I was there. It was magical. The feeling, it was electric in the building. It was incredible to see. What say you? 877-99 on Fox. Was it that? Was it impressive?
Was there anything you ever been to that wasn't good? Everything's good.
Yeah.
You got a very positive output.
No, that's the funny part is I sit up here and go at a lot of things that I don't like.
Wait a minute. What just happened? Did Mike Trout hit a home run?
Yeah. Mike Trout just hit home.
I just blinked my eyes.
Mike Trout reminded us that he's really good at baseball despite not ever being in the news anymore. Dang, he blasted at Yankee Stadium. Yeah.
People are dying. Yankees were up 4-0 in this game.
I was telling Rob.
Then they were up 7-4, and now Trout just
error in the fourth inning.
Yep, open the floodgates.
They got, I think, at least 4 runs in the fourth.
But that was a 3-2 pitch, and you know what? It's a big league hitter, man. You throw that ball.
877-99 on Fox. What do we got? Who we got? I should say, not what do we got. Who do we have?
Rob G.
Who do we have, Rob G?
Andrew in Bakersfield. You're on the Odd Couple. Fox Sports Radio. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see that. What's up, buddy? How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
What's up, Andrew? We're good, brother. What you got? Who you got? Was it a great moment? Not a good moment? What you think?
Like Kobe. I want to be like Kobe. Hey, Rob, I think we got to give it up to Kelvin today for holding his own. I think he did well. I missed the second hour, but I remember I got a chili from Wendy's parked in the Costco parking lot and listened to the game. And it was great.
Man, he remembered the meal he had, Rob. He said, not only do I remember the day,
but wait a minute,
he got
really?
The chili at
Somebody
Wendy's,
getting
good.
60 points on 50 shots is memorable to you?
It just made me laugh when Kelvin was describing it. He's like, I'm just jacking these up.
That's right. That was what it was.
He went full on, dang it, I don't care who else is out. Might as well be 1-on-5 at this point. And it was all great, and we loved it. It was peak Kobe. Yeah. Would make people love him. He'll take the tough shots. He doesn't care. All that good stuff right there, man. Appreciate the call. He said a Wendy's chili, which used to slap, by the way.
Is that a big guy right there for the call?
Yeah, I saw that. He was a big dude.
Rob G, can you see the I don't know who that is. Who is that?
I don't know. He's iced out.
He's a big dude playing Major League Baseball.
They used to be bigger back in the day.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. You don't see guys that size.
Cecil and Prince Fielder.
But you don't see guys that size. Look at him. He's a big dude.
He's power in the legs, man.
I don't know. He got them skinny legs, though.
Not the thigh part.
Yeah,
right.
No,
the legs, right.
The ankle, I'll give you that.
He got an American BBL and then didn't work on his legs that much.
I hope he did not. Please.
Wait. Rob G, what is the difference? Why is it not a Brazilian? Why is it American?
It just feels like they would not
like
work
it wasn't
on the
a real
details,
deal.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Dang,
It just it don't match.
America, we got to do better. They say we ain't the best with cars anymore. Say we're not the best. And then he hit a home run? Oh, almost. Off the ball.
Did he?
He said, take that. Yeah.
This my goat.
That was Cubs catcher Moises Ballesteros.
Okay. He's a big dude.
Yeah. American BBL is crazy.
He works
We
out.
can't even, we don't even do BBLs. It's good. I mean, dang, come on, America. We got to step our game up, man. All right. We got Doc Rivers being excused from the Bucks, but maybe not. We'll explain. Steve DeSager now getting you updated. Hey, Steve.
Let's start with the Major League Baseball. Today at Seattle, the Mariners handed Houston an 8th straight loss, 6-2. Josh Naylor, 2 homers, 5 RBIs. At Baltimore tonight, the Orioles have just beaten Arizona 9-7. The O's were down 7-1 in the 6th inning. Pete Alonso for Baltimore, the go-ahead homer in the 7th inning. In the game on FS1 right now at Philadelphia, Philadelphia. Top of the ninth, Phils lead 13-7 over the Chicago Cubs. Kyle Schwarber with a couple of early home runs. Meanwhile, at Pittsburgh, it's bottom of the eighth, Pirates 15-5 over Washington. Starting pitcher Paul Skeens went 6 innings for Pittsburgh, just 1 run allowed and 6 strikeouts. The Angels have tied it up on a 3-run homer from Mike Trout in the top of the 6th at New York. It's now Yankees 7, Angels 7 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Aaron Judge with a long 2-run homer in the first. Marlins lead at Atlanta 9-4 in the top of the 7th. Garrett Crochet was the Red Sox starter tonight. At Minnesota, he allowed 10 earned runs in an inning and 2/3. Twins lead Boston 13-4 going to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Red Sox lost and they'll be 6-10 this year. Cleveland leads at St. Louis 4-1 in the top of the 6th. Coming up in just a few minutes, the A's, who've won 5 straight, host Texas, and in half an hour, the late game, the Dodgers will host a Mets team that has lost 5 in a row. Among the 10 NHL contests tonight, and their regular season ends this Thursday, Carolina is tied late in regulation 2-2 at Philadelphia. Dallas tied 3-3 at Toronto starting the third. And the Red Wings are tied 3-3 at Tampa Bay with about 4 minutes to go. Panthers wound up beating the Rangers 3-2 in the final start for retiring goalie Jonathan Quick of New York. He had won 2 Stanley Cups with L.A. Doc Rivers officially stepped down as Milwaukee's coach today. The Lakers' Luka Doncic will return to L.A. on Friday after treatment in Europe on his injured hamstring. He might miss another week or 2. Evaluation tomorrow. L.A.'s Austin Reeves is out indefinitely with a grade 2 oblique strain. LeBron James of the Lakers was named Player of the Week in the West. Steph Curry of Golden State had the top-selling jersey this season. The NBA's play-in tournament starts Tuesday. In the WNBA draft in New York tonight, UCLA with a record 5 players taken in the first round, led by center Lauren Betts of the Champs, 4th overall going to Washington. The New York Giants signed backup quarterback Brandon Allen, and former Arizona Cardinals coach Dave McGinnis died at the age of 74. Back to you.
Thank you, Steve. I think the Bruins just got another person drafted. My gosh. I mean, I think that's 6 in the night.
And Judge just hit a home run.
Yep.
As I turned my head.
How do you know?
again.
You didn't see it.
I just turned my head and then I looked around. I'm like.
Every time you turn around, you keep missing them. It's pretty funny.
I've missed all the home runs tonight,
Yeah,
I think.
Go ahead, turn around. Here you go. Who is this up? Is that Cody?
Yes.
All right,
Cody Bellinger.
Maybe he'll get
I'll
one.
turn my head.
No, it was the
Close.
pitch to swing on right there.
All right.
I couple Rob and Kelvin on a Magic City Monday. Make sure you stream us live wherever you happen to be in the iHeart app. Catch us and all your favorite Fox Sports Radio shows live 24/7 in the new and improved iHeart app. Just search Fox Sports Radio in the app to stream us live all day, every day. And be sure to select Fox Sports Radio as one of your presets in the iHeart app. So therefore, to always pop up at the top of your screen. Last call on the way in a little bit. Rob G., Doc Rivers, we talked about it last week. He said, Google me, son. And then the Bucks said, yeah, we did. And they said, we're going to let you go. But there might be a caveat, right?
Yeah, they are going to let him go. Well, no, it depends on who you ask. If it's Doc Rivers, he's saying that he's stepping down as the head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks, which is interesting because according to ESPN's Shams Charania, the Bucks are still going to pay him his 10-figure salary for next season. So I don't know how much of it is his decision as much as their decision, because I don't think they pay you when you step down voluntarily. I don't think it works that way. But yes, according to ESPN, Doc Rivers is out as the head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks, but the franchise is discussing whether or not he will stay on in an advisory role.
And I think you said they owe him 1 year's salary. Is that what it is? So instead of just giving him the money and saying, see you later, they claim that he'll be an advisory role, which doesn't make any sense. And then you probably wouldn't want him to come in, right? Like if there's anything Zoom, you wouldn't have him around the franchise. That would be weird, wouldn't it?
No. No, you're right is what I'm saying. No, I don't expect that to be the case. I just think, some things, they're welcome, have run out. When you start having to tell your own team, y'all got to Google me, it's a wrap.
But
it's a wrap.
I'll tell you this. Chris and I were shocked when he got hired in Philadelphia. Because you remember what happened with the Clippers and they had choked down something. I was like, what? And then right away, we were like, we thought he was going to be on
TV.
For a year or so. And he was hired like almost immediately. And I was like stunned that a general manager could introduce him like, yeah, he just got run out of L.A. with the Clippers, and now we're going to bring him. He's going to get us to the promised land.
Rob? Because he was still living off that 08, and off to 2010, meaning they lost in the Game 7. They were right there. They could have won 2.
08's a long time
No,
ago.
I don't disagree. And I think, too, being a part of the reviving of the Clippers, when really it was mainly Chris Paul.
Yeah.
But I just think that made people go,
But
maybe he can do that
he went
here.
there on he left on a sour note. Like, it was just another.
I'm with you.
3-1.
Listen,
they
I
blew
Googled
another
him.
3-1.
Rob, I Googled him. And I told you all the stats for him. And it was remarkable to me because, again, it's not saying that he didn't have listen, most coaches, when you coach 10, 15, 20 years, your record isn't that great. Any sport. It's just the way it is. It's hard to win.
It's just the way that this one ends. Had he won a championship later in his career, like had this career, you would feel different about it. Do you know what I mean? Like he finally got over the hump. He got his championship. But because it was so long ago and because
it was 08.
And because of the way things have happened the last few years, it just doesn't feel good. Whether you look at all of his numbers compiled and, you know what I mean, over a career, and I get it, and there aren't that many coaches with that many wins, and you can make the case because of all that, it just doesn't feel good.
Well,
it doesn't feel
why?
like.
Because he's the only coach in league history to blow multiple 3-1 leads in the postseason. His teams have also blown 5 3-2 leads, 1 2-0 lead, and has lost Game 7 at home 4 different times, Rob.
That's what I'm saying. Like
at some point, you're the common denominator.
No, like if you're 2-2, you can live with that.
Yeah.
But 0-4 4 at home?
At home is crazy. And again, when you start listening, if I told you there was a coach who had in most of their primes, or at least still very, very good players, Tracy McGrady, Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, Rondo, Ray Allen, Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Joel Embiid, James Harden, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Damian Lillard. How many rings you getting out of that? 3 at least, right? You got 1.
Right.
So I just think we all like him. He's good on TV. He's a very liked guy within the NBA circles, and that's why I think – and that goes – listen, I tell people all the time, being liked goes a long way in life.
Well, but
in life, not just sports, in life. And I think that played a role where people just think, man, Doc wins, he's a good guy. And then you start to really dig a little deeper into those numbers.
But
you're like, ooh.
It shouldn't be that, like, not to be in the Hall of Fame. And I'm
well,
dead serious.
I agree with that.
Right. Like I get it. Like, you're going to get more chances if you're a nice guy. If you're a bad guy, we talk about it all the time. Who's the pitcher from the Dodgers
that got in all the trouble. Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Why am I drawing the blank? I said his name a million times. I'll get it in a minute. Go ahead.
But the reason he's not back in baseball is because of the personality part. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like people would have bent
Trevor
over.
Bauer.
Trevor Bauer would have bent over backwards had he been like a better guy. I really believe that. I really do. Like somebody would have given him another opportunity.
Listen,
right.
I've been there. Certain people a little more difficult to work with. And I remember.
Once that happens, people just go, oh, we're good.
Post-game would always be weird. Like, he had to set up his own camera and literally make the whole media room wait. Hold on. And literally with, like, his own camera, like, wait. And then he would wear his own stuff, and MLB would say, hey, you can't do it, and they want to fine him. He would have his own logo. It was just, he was a unique guy, to say the least.
Okay.
Yeah, so I agree. That's why I said being liked goes a long way in life in general, and I think Doc has just kind of mastered that.
Do you think the role that they're giving him to is just so that it doesn't look weird that
we
a
have
fire
to pay
coach?
him?
No, that he's fire coach going into the Hall of Fame because it's this summer.
It is.
Do you see what I'm saying? But he can still say Milwaukee Bucks. He's still with the organization. You know what I mean? So it doesn't feel weird. Otherwise, he's with nobody.
So they're doing it. So again, there goes the like part because you're doing a major solid. If that's the case, because you do not have to do that. You can tell him, hey, the checks will clear every month, or one time, here's $10 million, whatever it is, go away. But it feels weird that he's going to be fired without a team. What is he, Rob G? Doc Rivers is a Clipper or a Celtic going in?
A Celtic.
He's a Celtic. He's the only one he won with.
Yeah.
But he was with the Clippers, I'd imagine, longer, right?
It's going to be the team you win a championship with. That's what's going to be.
That's real.
Remembered.
I mean, because I would imagine KG or somebody will be there to speak on his behalf.
Who does LeBron go in with?
Oh, it's
Cavaliers.
Man, I almost threw something at you.
He had his least amount of success with the Cavs.
It's going to be the Cavs because that's the only championship that they won in 50 years.
Yeah, it's not even. It's
going to be the Cavs.
His best years were in.
No, his best years were Cleveland.
No, his best.
I know
years
a lot of
were
people
Miami.
say no. It was the year he went nutso when J.R. Smith didn't put the shot back up. That year was
that might have been his best
season.
version, but his best run was with Miami.
He's going in the Cavs. It's not even close, Roger. You know
That's sad.
Why is it sad?
Because in what world is your least successful run the one that you're remembered for?
Can I argue why I think you're technically right, but I think you're wrong?
Sure.
It's to Rob's point that the fact that he made that team relevant, the Cavs, go to what? A total of 4 or 5 finals, and he won, and they hadn't won a sports team in 50-something years.
Right, they've only won one championship, right, since Jim Brown. So LeBron, that's going to be his thing.
That's
and he's from Akron.
He's a kid from there, 40 miles away.
Right.
No, that's a shoo-in.
I think he spent more time with the Lakers than Cleveland.
No,
I don't think total. I don't think
but
total.
it's successive.
Yeah,
but it's got to be Cleveland, right? I mean that they don't have a player of that ilk. You know what I mean?
It's not, and I think he would want to.
Right.
Okay. I think he knows he's not a Laker in that regard. The Magics, the Kareems, the Kobe's, the Shaq, and I think Miami, just the way it over some Chips Ahoy.
Miami's weak. It wasn't just that, but they're weak. You know what I mean? That the way that thing kind of fizzled out.
It's it was a great run, but no, it's the Cavs.
So the inverse then of Doc Rivers, because Doc Rivers, we agree Celtics because that's the one he won with.
Mm-hmm.
Carmelo Anthony.
That's a really good one.
Can you say none? Oh, I'm sorry.
That's a good one.
It's going to be the Knicks.
He had his most success in Denver.
Yeah, but they didn't win anything anywhere.
But his best years were in New York.
Right. It's going to be the Knicks. He's from Brooklyn, too.
Yeah,
you know, he was born in Brooklyn.
He was there till he was
grew
like
up
11.
in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Right.
That's just tough. The only reason why Denver gets a little sketchy is because you know who else wears 15, right? Joker.
Super awkward.
And so it's like y'all didn't even honor me enough to. I'm not saying they had to, but I'm saying where it gets weird of like y'all didn't say no, that's Carmelo's number. You can't wear it.
But the only thing I'm going to push back on is even in Denver, like I get it, he was a top pick.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't win anything.
No.
It wasn't like do you know what? When Chauncey got there, but before that they weren't going anywhere.
No.
So I could see where they were like, is he really like a Nugget? All-time great.
I get it because he might have been
like,
your best player in a very long time.
Am I right? But there's no legacy left behind in Denver. Is that fair or no? Like, what's his legacy? I don't know what his legacy in Denver is.
It's the exact same thing.
It's the exact same thing with the Knicks. That's what's crazy. He might have the exact career with the Knicks. But got to like an Eastern Conference final. Didn't he get there once maybe with the Knicks?
Oh, he only made the second round once.
So it was better with
the Knicks. It's because he's from New York.
Yeah.
That's
and he
part
made
of
him
it.
relevant again, and they were fun to watch.
And he also, didn't he win one scoring title with the Knicks? Did he win one?
Probably, I would imagine. I'd imagine.
Rob G, did he?
Yeah, 2013, he came third in MVP voting.
Right, he won a scoring title.
Balling.
There. So I think that's the reason.
That's interesting. All right, last call, 877-99 on Fox. 877-99 on Fox. Your chance to get in with the Odd Couple if you haven't had a chance to do so. Hit us up now. It's Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
So Troy Aikman is
For
taking
Rob
on
G when he's in here.
Yeah, I need it. He's taking on an advisory role with the Dolphins, but he is still going to be calling games for ESPN. So naturally, same thing with Tom Brady. It's led to a conversation about whether or not this is a conflict of interest for him to have dual roles. Credit to Troy. He appeared on Clarence Hill Jr.'s podcast earlier this week and addressed the narrative. Take a listen.
I think the Dolphins were wise in understanding my relationships around the league and knowing that I have information that they don't have or can't get. And I think they were smart in taking advantage of that, whether it was through me or through somebody else. The Cowboys have never elected to do that, at least with me. You know, maybe they have with others, but no, I don't feel there's a conflict. But I will say I'm pulling for the Dolphins.
he doesn't think it's a conflict. Troy Aikman, hello? Is this
It's on?
These guys kill me. They are so. Let me tell you something. I'm glad that he gave it to Clarence. He was on his podcast. I'm happy about that. Dude, where's the integrity? Troy Aikman, didn't you win some Super Bowls? Weren't you part of a dynasty football team?
He was.
You think it's okay for you to go sit in on these meetings, hear about other teams and what they're doing, taking that information, selling it as a spy, right? Even though a spy out front, because we all know it, right? And like it's so low down and dirty. That's what it is. It's low down and dirty, even though it's out front and we know it. Like he doesn't see anything. He doesn't think that's a conflict of interest. He just said information that they would not be able to get on their own. What? You're not getting it because you're cute. You're getting it because you're a broadcaster. And they're talking to you, trying to give you knowledge. So when you do a game, Kelvin, you have some insight. You don't follow those teams every week. They open up and you get more stuff because you're doing a national broadcast. And you know who I blame for all this nonsense? Tom Brady. He's to blame.
He's just eating his own avocado ice cream. He's getting smoked.
Because he's the one who started this. Fox and the NFL allowed him to do this. He was at a Raiders game with a headset on. Talking about he's not involved. He just a part on it, but he's not really involved in anything. Really? Come, where are we? Where are we? It ain't enough that Troy Aikman makes $17 million. He needs money from the Dolphins, too, to give away information, to get information for them. As a consultant, if you're so good in scouting and information, quit your TV job and just do that for the Dolphins. I respect that. Troy Aikman, it's a conflict of interest. It's dirty. It's low. It's bad. These guys, they kill me. They're so blinded. Gimme. Who's got money for me? Gimme some more money. A dual role? I'm sorry. The NFL has to stop this. And they opened up Pandora's box with Tom Brady, and now look what Troy Aikman's doing.
And that leads me to my point. You mad at Troy Aikman for playing the game. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Troy, I almost feel like, honestly, I feel like he's trying to do the Lord's work and wink. Because he's saying.
The Lord's work?
Yes. Because dang it, I said it on a Worship Wednesday. What he's doing is he's saying, look, y'all letting this happen? Doesn't seem right, but y'all okay with it. Well, I'm going to roll with it. And matter of fact, he sent a stray to Jerry Jones. He sent him one because he said, yo, you could have been doing this. You could have called your boy. You could have hit me up. I could have been doing this since this is what we're doing. Since Tom Brady's out here doing it to the tune of getting a bunch of TV money, double dipping, getting Raider money, and everybody seems to be okay with it. Y'all could have been called me. Since the Dolphins did, since I want to try something new in life, you know, I'm experimenting, just having fun out here. Doing what the kids call it, side quest. Let me join in on this. So that's why he's doing this. So it becomes a question of, what are you, anything to win? You know, like, are you one of those people? I'll skirt the line. I'll be a habitual line stepper. Or are you a just because you can doesn't mean you should type person? And I'll equate it to this too. You know what it reminds me of? You talking about he shouldn't be able to and all this and that. I hear you. You know who does it in our own more real life world? Politicians. You know what they do? They get word on things that are coming down the pipeline. Oh, they're going to be fracking more here and oil companies doing this. And you know what they do? Hey, honey, go buy 20,000 shares of this. Hey, kids, go buy 20,000 shares of that. Oh, boy. Must be Magic City Monday. Miss Mary Mack must be here. Thank you, Mary. Odd couple, Rob, Kelvin. Did you just rewind it? Magic City Monday. If you missed any of today's show, be sure to catch the podcast. Just search The Odd Couple wherever you get your podcast. Please follow the podcast, rate it 5 stars, and provide a review. Again, just search The Odd Couple wherever you get your podcast. You're going to find the full version and best of version there. It's time now for Last Call. Call! Wow. Look at us. Boy, we've been doing some stamina, some endurance. We getting our cardio up. We held our notes on that one. Last call. Who we got?
Ron in South Florida. You are the last caller here on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Ron?
Well, that's awesome, guys. Hey, Rob, Kelvin, I've been listening to you guys for a while. I love it.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you, Rob.
Yes, we do. Thank you, Ron. We appreciate that.
Ron, my bad, brother.
Yeah. Nobody cares about basketball anymore. You know, I don't. I haven't for a long time.
Let me ask you why.
It's a very weak game now.
Okay. I can understand. I don't think you're alone. I don't think you're alone. I think,
people are disappointed in it.
You know what you expect.
Yeah, as somebody who's covered the league for a long time, I don't recognize it. You know what I mean? I don't. I really don't. Like, the game has changed so much.
Yeah, it's made to be more fast-paced, be in a situation to, just get things done way in a different light. There's no physicality. There's no meanness. There's no mentality of, I need to get this done.
No, I hear you. Hey, thanks for the call. Thanks for the support, Ron.
I think Ron is going to be surprised this postseason. And I think it's been brewing.
Surprised by what?
I'm glad you asked.
Yeah.
I think it started last season where you started to see physicality. Rob G, what did they say about the Thunder playing the Nuggets and how they played Joker? Oh, it's too physical. Look at it, roughing them out. Look at the Pistons Knicks. We got a great series there. It's roughing up. Even the Timberwolves and the Lakers going at it, talking smack. And I've been saying now for a good year and a half, maybe 2 years, you're starting to see the NBA getting some physicality back. You got the Pistons, Hornets going at, don't like each other, fighting. And I just think you're going to get the Rockets are a physical team. I think you're getting back to that. Spurs are like that as well. Physicality. I don't like you. I don't like them. People telling you who they think they are. Wemby telling y'all I'm the face of the league and I'm the MVP. So, Ron, stick in there, my G. I think you'll be happy this postseason. I think you're going to get a little bit, because I think you're starting to see players feel that. They hear that. They're fighting again. They're getting into it again. And I've enjoyed it. And Rob G, I know you watch it. Have you seen that a little bit over the last couple seasons?
Yeah, 1,000%. And you're going to see a lot of it in the playoffs. I think what Ron was getting at is you don't see it on a night-to-night basis.
I agree with that.
And that's the thing that all the best players pointed out last season. That's why they didn't like, and especially in the first round, they were like, I don't know how for 6 months out of the year this was legal. And then we get to the playoffs
exactly. And that's the problem. It's not consistent. It's not. And
the refs probably didn't know how to ref. They're like, y'all didn't do this during the regular season.
And you can't keep doing that. That's unfair to players. Players should know what's
fair.
inbounds and what's out of bounds. You know what I mean? And I think that's what was so surprising when the postseason came and like, oh, he could do that to me now. Now there's no call. I was getting that all year.
There was a lot of that.
And the NBA, I think to me, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, is the only major American sport that does that. Baseball is not officiated differently.
Right.
Football is not officiated differently. Basketball is totally different sports.
Now, can I let me play the devil advocate for the refs? We all heard of the phrase, what, basketball? Playoff basketball. So if I'm a ref, do y'all want playoff basketball? I thought that's what y'all said. Oh, we really ramp it up for the playoffs. We really get it going for the playoffs. Oh, wait till you see the playoffs.
No, but you can't have it where somebody's been doing something all year foul-wise, and now you calling it
when I've refed a few times in my life, and I would get the players together, and I would say to them, y'all want me to call it tight, or y'all want me to let y'all play? They're like, no, I'll call it, like, let us play. Like, let us play. And I think that's what, all right, we're going to let y'all play. Man up. That's what y'all want, right?
Yeah, until somebody makes a big foul at the end, you're going to just swallow your whistle when they hack the guy for a game-winning free throw.
There's a level of hacking.
Oh, look at you.
There's a level of hacking. Get some of this, Knicks.